Um, there's one that has cat beans that's pretty fucking solid.
God damn it.
Oh, there's one that's called Vengeance. That's pretty sick. I do be coming in with a vengeance.
That's like what Star Rail just implemented for the like pay to
Oh, yeah?
win.
Well, I'm playing
I
Discord
used to
pay
spend
win
money on
also.
Star Rail, and now I don't out of fucking spite.
Do me a favor. Look at my profile. Do you think the Cherry Blossoms or the Vengeance one suits more?
Let me see.
Daka, don't start the game yet. We're talking about very important things.
Yeah, this is super vital.
So where is this gonna be on?
What?
So I guess whenever, like on the sidebar, when you look at online people and stuff.
Oh, on the sidebar.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't believe it's gonna be like with every message. That would be kind of cringe, no?
No, and I think it'll be in the sidebar on the right side.
Yeah.
And where
in
you
the
are
friends
in.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be real
What
with
the fuck
you.
are we talking about?
There's nameplates on Discord now, and I'm looking at them, and I'm asking them which one would fit my profile most. Because
It's
I'm
an
playing
intro thing, isn't it?
No, you have to pay for it extra. But I played Discord.
Holy shit.
My Discord is pay to win, so, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know why some of them disappeared for me, because there were like 12 that I could see earlier. Now I can only, or is there only 6? Am I just fucking
I see
there's
only
8.
8.
Disappear.
I can't count.
Around a butterfly.
I think you need to get the cat beans one.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't like the way that one looks, though. It's not, like, edgy.
Right,
Other than that, I would do the cherry blossoms.
Cherry Blossoms?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the fires, like, I don't know.
It's not
Pink
you.
fire
The
giving-
pink fire
Always
would
hit
go
it.
hard if you went back to something from Danganronpa.
Yeah, it's just with the
Ooh.
current like icon, I feel like it's not giving.
It's not giving, right?
It's
It's-
not
Yeah,
giving. Period.
Yeah.
Speaking of Danganronpa, you just reminded me, I wanted to take a picture this morning, but somebody gifted me a cupcake and there was like pink frosting on it, and I put it on my coffee cup just to like thank the person. And then when I picked it up, there was pink frosting all over the coffee cup, and I was like, this is Danganronpa blood right here. Like, it looked exactly the same
Danganronpa
way.
blood.
It looked the same way.
I know. So, like, those bitches be bleeding candy, man.
Crazy.
Like they make me think blood maybe could be. Maybe just once. Tasty.
Yeah.
Just this one time. Maybe that blood's gonna be tasty. Maybe I could be a vampire.
Did the maker of
This one.
Danganronpa made Akudama Drive, right?
Did he? I don't know.
It's the one where the guy
Akudama
became
Drive.
motorcycle.
Yeah, Akudama Drive was wild. I still don't know how exactly I watched it. Like, you know, why I watched it out of everything else.
It's because I think
like-
it's fast and the story is like to the point.
Well, yeah, he's a motorcycle. I would hope so.
It's not from the same. It's not from the Danganronpa guy. It's from the
Oh,
guy
it's-
that did Persona 3, the
Cocaine.
movie.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Apparently,
That's shocking. I did not know that.
he also did like the Digimon Adventure 1 and 2 movies. Apparently,
What a strange list of achievements.
yeah.
Oh, food's ready, baby.
Oh my god, she left.
Oh, it was produced by the Danganronpa series creator.
Into mutant
Oh.
just left the
You
call.
left. I was like, what? Food's ready. I'm out of here. God. Okay, wait. Another funny like IRL thing. I work in tennis, right? So yesterday, one of the parents his kid got kicked out of the academy I work at, and for just being lazy and shit. And the dad pulls up to me yesterday and just like starts shitting on me because he's like pressed about it. I'm like, dude, I don't know you, you don't know me, don't start shit with me. So anyway, he leaves. He leaves pissed off, and then today I was somewhere else. I like walk onto the court, and he pulls up, and I'm like, ain't no fucking way. Like, so I warned everybody at the place immediately. Like, this guy's a cunt. Like, don't let him in here.
This guy's a cunt.
He's a cunt. Don't let him in here.
Immediately on site.
Yeah, no. I mean, play stupid games. Meet me again the next day. You lose.
That is such a specific way of doing that. play stupid games. Eventually, in the future, I will then pull back
I
on
will
you.
win.
Play stupid games. Meet me again the next day. You lose.
You could do a backflip.
So good.
Friend me on Discord.
For some reason,
I
it would
take-
be even better with a French accent. Play stupid games. Meet me again
Play
the next day. You lose.
That's even more like we're getting so specific with this character.
We are, yeah. With this character, you.
Me.
This character, you, me, myself, and I.
God.
Okay, fellas. Let's
I
go.
think Laura's still AFK now.
What?
Laura was
Hmm?
getting
Oh.
her food. She's AFK.
Laura is getting her food, indeed.
So there's one you would enjoy. This morning, I was sending the kids off to their courts, and like, I guess I didn't let the one Indian boy decide which court he wanted to go on because I just like gave it to somebody else. And he says, "Why did you not send me out? Are you racist?" And I look at the my watch and I'm like, "Well, it's before 8 a.m., so you know."
It's before 8 a.m.
Everybody died. I was like, "Bro, like, what is that shitty comment?" God
Listen.
damn,
I'm always racist before 8 a.m.
bro. Like, I don't know if it's the right way to approach it, but when people come at me with stupid comments like that, I will take the next step on that stair. Don't try me. Do not try me.
I don't have it in me to do that kind of shit.
Every now and then, I decide
I
to
got a little bit.
indulge.
I sometimes wish I was black,
No, you don't.
just so like if shit like that comes up, I can make it so uncomfortable. I feel your power from like a distance. So
I mean, actually, do you want the
should I
real?
next time I FaceTime you?
If you want,
I'm
if you want
I'm
the
like, no, I have a
reality,
black friend.
who looks white,
It will look, yeah. Then I call you and it's like white guy.
and then I had to pull up my fucking ID where I'm black.
Oh, that's what you're. Okay, I wasn't sure what you were pulling out.
Oh,
Hold on, I gotta get the cat out of the room. He just immediately
Okay.
comes up to me and starts screaming, "No, you cannot have this."
Gotta get the cat out of the room when I pull out
It's getting worse.
my
It's getting
ID.
worse.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go further, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to entertain this.
We're gonna go deeper. Anyway, you guys should take a tennis lesson with
see?
me someday. You would love that shit. I'm so funny.
I mean, do you do Zoom calls?
Zoom call lesson.
Zoom tennis, let's go.
Zoom tennis.
Wait, what? I missed something.
I'm gonna put like a very tiny camera on one side of the court and be like, "Hey, can you see this?"
That's so good. Love it.
Okay,
Laura, if you ever come to Florida, come take a tennis lesson with me. We're gonna have a blast.
Oh no, no, no!
You prepared for how bad I'm gonna be?
Are
Well,
you
I'm ready.
prepared to watch me actually permanently injure myself?
You've seen me in League of Legends. You've not seen me attempt to do physical activity.
That's
Greatest
true.
weakness.
I
Hello.
would be very good.
Oh, brag about it.
I mean, it's worse if I tried to be humble.
Fair.
And then you're good.
Yeah, who wants to be the first thing like, oh guys, I don't know, and then like I'm fucking within minutes like, I think I got it.
fellas.
Meanwhile, icing my knee and my hip and my shoulder and my ankle.
My knee, my hip, my. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Last session, we, or rather, you guys,
Oui.
We're here.
finished investigating some more of the graveyard, went down into a certain crypt, crypt number 3, as it were, which, thanks to some finagling, you managed to get the right crypt right in one go. Congratulations for that. And you delved in.
Fly up unnecessarily high.
You had an encounter with some demons and a demon-like entity. There's some ghost and a ghost-like entity that is definitely not a demon. And after doing that, you found the key that you were looking for. You also found a lot of gold, but you decided you're not grave robbers. Or those of you that were there decided you're not grave robbers. I'm still not sure if the rest of the group would be grave robbers or not.
You
Anyway.
100% are.
Like, did a good deed.
After doing that and aiding the people who were sort of like trapped at the graveyard, talking to them just a little bit, you all decided to call it a night. No, not continue to push forward into the vampires' hideout tonight. And we had left our session as you guys were leaving the graveyard with Sister Catherine and the victims.
And
We start victim blaming. So why did you follow them here?
Right.
so we take them back to.
Do we take him back to the Temple of Hestia?
Yeah.
All right. It's a little bit of a trek back as you get close to the Temple of Hestia, like you would cross through the snowfields, cross through the city's threshold. The city guard would sort of like look at you with kind of like, why were you out that late?
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Did they not look at us funny when we left the city?
For some reason, no.
Interesting.
They're not stopping you. They're just kind of like, okay.
We're just
They're
doing
just
a
like,
conga line.
Yeah, they just kind of like check, ID, your names, etc. Check that it's in the list of residents, etc. Like, okay, go on. These are not breaking any laws, but they definitely give you
What
some
kind of IDs
eyes.
do we have?
Not documents per se, but
We got like paper IDs.
confirming like your identities,
What you said?
essentially.
What you... Sorry, my
By
cat's
the way,
being
you
a
left
menace.
the
I
rest of us
apologize.
behind on the graveyard map.
We're
Sorry,
all there,
what?
no? We're all on the graveyard now.
No, Daka's over on the
Okay.
the Great.
I am on the
Night.
map that you're about to be in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So you enter the city, and that's where you get into the map.
Aha!
And well, journey. It's about like 2 or 3 a.m. or something like that. Very late night. People are definitely still out and drinking at certain places, but mostly the town is quiet and relatively peaceful. Of course, it's not like it's completely free of violence or incidents. You do see like off the off the corner of your eye or off in the distance, like the occasional mugging, stuff like that. Bar fights, the whole package. But other than that, you reach the Temple of Hestia. It's got its doors open at all times, and Sister Catherine kind of looks back at you. Right. So I'm to keep these ones safe for now. Here. Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna take a rest and regroup to deliver a more decisive invasion. Hopefully.
Okay. You're gonna need my help again tomorrow, or?
Who
I
has
think
my ear?
that's-
So, my ring, sorry. My ear.
I think it's between my boobs.
Okay. Did I not give it to Lucina?
Oh wait, no. Yeah, I
think
took
I
it
did,
out
right?
of my boobs to give it to Lucina. There we go.
Right. Yeah. It was warm when she got it.
I have no response to that.
You know it's true.
Luna
What are you
runs
doing?
warm.
What are you doing?
I think that depends on how comfortable you are with the idea of diving into a vampire's lair. It would be exceedingly dangerous and that would definitely devolve into a fight. You did very well to protect yourself tonight, but I don't know if we can guarantee your safety if we go up against her. Are you comfortable with that, or would we could take Commander Lucina with us instead?
Well, I mean, for better or worse, I wouldn't be the only one risking my neck out there, so if there's any way I can help, I don't feel uncomfortable or anything. I'm not a fighter, as you can see, but I have some abilities that can be useful depending. So if you want me to help, I'll help.
Your magic did phenomenally well at preventing you from getting hit tonight, but I'm afraid that vampire will just take one look at you and...
Deem you a threat. It's one thing to have your life at risk combating these things. It's another to be a center of focus.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. I'm aware of the risk, and if looking is up to doing it, then I'm up to doing it too. It's just up to you to decide who you think is more useful.
I have enough faith. Luna just sounds impressed. Well, let's get Lucina's opinion, I think.
Is
Right now?
Aren't we
Lucina
going to
back
the
at our
temple?
place or at...
Oh, I forgot if she's at the
I
temple
forgot,
or
is
not.
Lucina at the temple right now or back at our place babysitting Mark?
Neither. She is at the bar where they hold the Grayskull meetings, because
Oh, right,
it
right,
was
right.
generally agreed it would be good to bring the kid there.
Wait,
I didn't know they're
Phil,
having
that
a
was...
meeting.
Wasn't that at like midnight or something and it's now 3
Yeah.
a.m.?
It was earlier, but her intent was to essentially have him stay the night there, and if he's staying the night there, then she is too.
Oh,
Okay, then we need to rest then and just send her in the morning.
Who's tired?
Well, let's all get some rest for now, and then we'll discuss in the morning with Commander Lucina and decide who should accompany us.
Good call. I know she looks like that, but she's still human. She sleeps.
I have been wondering about it. We've been trying to make sure she does.
The soldier types.
Unfortunately. Terrible for the pores. Luna just sort of rubs her cheeks. Her own cheeks, not their sisters.
Yeah, I was like, bro.
Your pores. You specifically.
Wait, that'd be so funny though if you just like rub her cheeks.
Which cheeks?
She does have very rubbable cheeks.
She does.
But
The temptation is heavier now. That's confirmed. I resist the urge.
So
We're resting.
no, she's kind of like looking at you like, so bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
And
Thank
you too. Hurry along then. She kind of like starts like shepherding the commoners into, as Maisel would put them.
You'll find a
And-
girlfriend, Mark. Whoever his name was, I forgot.
Mark is the kid who we rescued.
Mark is the
yesterday,
bear kid. Yeah, this guy was Tobias.
Tobias. Dear Lord.
Yeah,
You'll find
he
a good
mumbles something like,
girlfriend, Tobias.
he mumbles something like, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, right.
Just
Oh.
lives like in another city.
Hmm.
Shut up.
Did you gonna tell him to shut up?
Yes.
Myself doesn't want to hear it from the commoners.
No, Myzel doesn't want to have to out him for being a liar.
Oh shit, that's true. The more you lie, the worse. It's so funny. The idea that my cell has to stand around and be like, like that kid with the veins popping out of his neck. We head home.
Okay.
A group of commoners saved.
You get back home, and your house is waiting for you, with no incident. You can fetch your house keys and enter your house, get the heating on, and each head to your different quarters to finally get a good night's rest after a long day of work.
Before I go to bed, I go and turn the heating back off.
Right.
Ain't no way.
Who does
I don't
that
like it that
affect,
warm.
actually?
I don't like it that warm.
Turn it off in your room.
I mean,
We've got.
I don't know. I know Lilia isn't as affected by cold.
Does Rala care about cold?
Today, no.
How about tomorrow?
I don't know.
Your mic is
Fascinating.
really quiet, by the way. I guess Myzel can just use the Yeti fur cloak as a blanket.
Yeah, but you can do what you want. You can argue. You could turn the heat back on. You guys can have a little Cold War. I will not notice the entire time.
Cold War.
Myzel actually has another plan.
Whatever your heart
Sets me on
desires.
fire.
It's so true.
How's Rala holding up?
Ooh, she is very tired, as am I. You said it was like 3 a.m.
Art imitates life. Yeah, it's kind of like 3 a.m.
So, plus she got hit with that exhaustion, in addition to totally having a completely fine time, no issues whatsoever. She is
There
very
were
tired.
no traumatic ghosts
Nope.
or ghost-like
Alright.
beings.
Well,
Thanks.
for no other reason than being a touchy person herself anyway, Luna will sleep with Rala as a cuddlebug today.
Paula is then the middle spoon.
Squish between
Easily.
Lilia.
Squeezed between Luna and Gigi.
No, he's the knife in the equation. Spoon, 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 knife. It's a really chaotic silverware drawer at this point.
All right. You get your sleeping arrangements settled, and drift off to rest.
Or
It's
do
gonna
we?
be. I said drift off to rest, not sleep. Specifically knowing
Oh, no.
I
that one
said what I
bitch doesn't
said.
sleep.
Myzel has other plans.
Okay, I
I'm
stand
going to derail
corrected.
the whole campaign right now.
I stand
really.
corrected.
What?
He opens a portal.
No, Myzel, once the house is kind of settled, is going to cast invisibility on himself and kind of climb up to the rooftop and take a look around. Make sure there's kind of like not anyone watching the house or anything crazy like that. Anything
just wanna point
before I
out-
go on? Yeah.
I just want to point out, no lawful action ever has started with the words "I cast invisibility on myself."
I didn't say this was going to be a lawful action.
I know. I'm just pointing out, like, this is already the start of something that is, has the potential for chaos.
You know it.
Okay, so you climb to the roof.
Yeah.
You look to the sides, all Batman-like, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. There are guards moving to and from. There are the occasional people walking around the city drunk, and others that you, just due to your experience, would kind of know that they are probably criminals waiting for some sort of quarry to show up. But it's pretty late, so even for those kinds of activities, it's already beginning to kind of like wind down.
Okay. Maisel is going to take off from the roof and fly back towards the Temple of Hestia. And once nearby, he's going to land on another rooftop and take a moment to cast both Detect Magic and then re-up Invisibility. And he is going to fly as quietly as he can, like glide through the doors of the temple and seek out the nook where those reading materials he saw earlier were.
Okay. You fly down and enter through the doors that are always open. Roll a stealth check.
Yeah. I'm going to try out the new HUD thing. All right.
I'm gonna need a
at
guide for that.
advantage because I'm invisible.
There's a new
Yeah, there's some new HUD. I'm not sure what it does, but
If you have a character assigned to you, it shows like the little tabs from your character sheet in the upper left corner, and you can hover over those to access like all of the stuff from your character sheet without having to fully open it.
Oh, I guess it doesn't do that for me because I'm just,
Yeah, you don't have a character
assigned to me.
assigned.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You enter through like those wide open doorways, and you reach the space of the church. There are people gathered around the hearths as usual, sleeping at this point. Some acolytes and whatnot. One of them is kind of like awake because they have shifts and all. The sort of like passageway that leads to that room it's not that large, so you wouldn't be able to just glide on through. You would have to actually squeeze through a little, angle your wings, etc. So there is some risk of making noise or drawing attention in some way, but you do manage to
instead climb across the ceiling to do it.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You would have to
Yeah.
sort of land, use your feet, etc. But you do manage to do all of that skillfully enough to avoid doing any, anything that would raise eyes. And you reach this room, which is it's not a full-on library per se, but it is a reading room of sorts. There are shelves with many books and a couple of tables with chairs and a pair of hearths near those tables. fashioned as sort of like reading places. There are even like books left on those tables, presumably by the people who were reading them, with like bookmarks and stuff. And off to the back of it, there is a bit of like another. Well, to the right there is an archway with a door, and to the back of the room, so towards the outside of the temple, so to speak, is another archway with no door, but with just like a set of stairs leading downwards.
Okay. Looking around the room, do I see any books that appear to be magical?
No, using your detect magic, you don't detect anything magical in this room.
Okay. I'm just going to kind of do a cursory glance of the sections and see if it looks like there are any titles that might mention or might have to relate to vampires.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Nothing that would jump to your eyes immediately. There aren't exactly like tagged sections or anything, but from what you can gather just from the book covers and maybe like titles panned on boxes of scrolls, etc. All of these are religious texts of various time frames, and not even all of the same religion. Like they're not all of the same faith, but a lot of them are about the Xenotarius faith, like the dragon god, so to speak. The books look rather new, comparatively speaking. You know, they're not ancient.
Okay. Interesting note. You said there's a door and a set of stairs leading downward.
Yeah, a door to the right and a set of stairs leading downward at the back of the room.
Can I like peek through the keyhole of the door and see if I can tell on the other side? Is it like more books? Is it words? Is it like an office?
See, it's like, how realistic is like peeking through keyholes? Like I always see that happening in fiction, and I'm like, bro, you can't see shit through a keyhole. What the fuck?
Keys were pretty big back in the day.
Good argument. You would be able to put your rather sharp eye position closer to that keyhole, and you see a couple of beds and whatchamacallit, headstands. Something that looks like a piece of wooden furniture, but all in all looks like a living space of sorts.
Okay. I will ignore that section for the moment then, and proceed down the stairs. I see any
Vampires?
Yeah. Do I see any vampires? No, I mean
Three
any,
vampires.
any traps, magical or otherwise. Izel's basically looking for like the hidden section of the library, the texts that they don't want anyone else to find.
Yeah. You don't see anything of the sort in this staircase.
Okay. I'll proceed down the stairs.
Okay, you go down the stairs, and there is an archway. Like, you know, you can gather that you're basically one level down. And entering through that archway, you see a second reading room, a bit wider than the first one, with no apparent exits or entrances or anything. Seems to be a sort of like more of a storage room, but it's wider than the first one. It has a longer like table for reading, and the shelves seem to have books on more on broader spanning topics, so to speak, like history, a few books on natural sciences, etc., etc., etc. But also many religious tomes of various kinds. A few of them also relating to faith weaving, which is the use of magic through divine means.
Interesting. Okay. Do any of the history textbooks look like they might detail like the life of Grimvar or any of the vampires that served under him?
Roll an investigation check again.
Okay.
Wrong theme.
True.
Okay, you're looking for text on Grimvar, right?
Yeah, Grimvar, vampires. Really, he's after blood magic, but I don't think he's gonna find any of that right now.
Yeah, you do find a few tomes, historical tomes. Again, kind of new looking. Like they don't look to be too old. Again, comparatively speaking, you know, they are hundreds of years old, or maybe a couple of decades. Related to the, you know, there is a collection of tomes on like the life of Grimvar, because it was a very long life, so it doesn't all fit in one book. And some about the aftermath of his demise. None of them are titled something like Grimvar's Vampires, but
Right. I think Mizell would probably like flip through those quickly to see if it mentions any vampire servants. But probably not too carefully, because he thinks those are a little bit too new to like have anything reliable about that subject in particular. Because you know how history gets warped over time.
right. So you're picking some of those books to flip through. How much time are you dedicating to this?
Probably no more than 10 minutes on those volumes. So like maybe look at the table of contents, flip through them, and then like flip through any sections that might seem relevant. And if he doesn't find anything, move on.
All right. For the first couple of volumes, you don't really see anything that alludes to that in the table of contents. But for one of them, especially one that has to do with the aftermath, you do find a little bit of a section on Grimvar's lieutenants, so to speak. And one of those, one of the sections on those lieutenants is titled "The Crimson Corpse."
Ooh. Okay. I think Mizell will pocket that one for now for more study later.
Okay.
And then go back to looking around. Does it look like there are any hidden? Can I look around and try and see if there are any hidden sections of this room?
If only you had the true seeing spell.
I know. We're not that level yet.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
$22. Right. You take a look around the room and begin inspecting with your experience. Begin inspecting places where commonly, if there was something hidden, they would be concealed there in some way, like under carpets or in the space between certain shelves, or for mechanisms and that kind of thing. For a good minute, you don't really see anything of the sort, but then you do notice a little bit of kind of like an indentation on one of the shelves that looks like it could be moved.
Okay, Myzel will go take a closer look. First inspect to see if it looks like it might be trapped, and then figure out how to activate the mechanism.
Okay. Investigation.
Yeah, another
again.
investigation? Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. It's not perception or insight tonight, it's investigation. God damn, that's bad. I'm gonna throw 4 charges from my eyes in to bump that up to a 19.
Okay. You take a look at them. A little bit of dust gets in your eyes, so it kind of is hard to focus. You have to rely a little bit on their magical acuity to correct. And you do notice that there was this sort of like thin thread. It's not on the indentation itself. It's actually connected like from the top of the shelf to the bottom, because it has like a little bit of a it's a little ornamented, so it's not quite form-fitting. But it's positioned so that if you were to press it, you would first sort of split the thread or push it in some way.
Yeah.
But knowing that it's there, it is possible for you to press the thing without touching it. Either with your hand, like with one finger, or by using a tool like that is a little thinner.
I can do so using my set of lockpicks. So just kind of reach in and press the indentation.
All right, you can definitely do that. It takes a little bit of finesse, but I would say knowing that the thread is there, I'm not gonna make you roll for like accidentally splitting the thread. That would just be being a jackass.
Okay.
You press it, and once you do, the shelf in classic fashion begins moving, kind of like opening as if it was a door, revealing a an archway with another door, really. It's not open currently, it's a locked door, but there was a hidden exit there.
Is that door locked?
Do you try to open?
Does it look magical?
Does not look magical.
Then I will try to open it.
Okay. You put your hand like on the doorknob, try to push it open. Does seem to be locked.
Alrighty, I would like to try and pick the lock.
Okay. You can give me a thieves' tools check. $17 is just enough.
Hell yeah.
You fiddle around with the lock a little bit. I'm not gonna describe lockpicking. I don't know how it works. You open it. You hear that little of the door opening, and you push it. It creaks a lot. Doesn't seem to be very well maintained, but there is a third room. This time a little smaller than the second one, back to a size closer to the first one. It looks quite older and less visited than the other rooms. It has a more niche selection of tomes, but much like the first one, just one cozy little reading space with no hearth this time, and a few shelves with books and scrolls.
All right, I'm gonna kind of do the same the same look around, but this time being a little more thorough. looking for more information on the Crimson Court, as well as now specifically looking for blood magic information.
Let's get some corpse.
Corpse? Oh, my bad.
Corpse like corporation. Like the military thing.
Okay. That the P and S are silent on that because thanks English, or wherever we stole the word from.
They are silent?
Yeah, it's the Crimson Corps,
Yeah.
like the Corps of Engineers.
When in doubt,
Yeah.
blame France.
It's
The Army
true.
Corps, Peace Corps. It's stupid. It's the worst. I hate it.
I've known this word for like I don't even know how long.
It's
Wow.
Shinra Corps.
Comes from Latin and French. Yep.
How do we fucking Yeah, because like we have we don't do that silently in Portuguese. That sentence is whatever. Anyway, okay. Wow. Yeah. You were looking for information on them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on. Oh, I did roll my investigation. I think, or was that my last one? 1 minute ago. No, that was it.
You take a little bit of you study a bit of those books. Many of them, some of them have to do like with other faiths, and some of them are books that seem to be questioning the divine in general, or if not the existence of the gods, then their like goodwill or why they do things in the way that they do. The typical blasphemous texts that are stored, stashed away where the believers will not see them.
Okay.
And you do see a few tomes gathered in a specific niche which do relate to blood magic. They seem to be tomes of a more arcane type and language, which is more technical than most of the other books that you've seen here would delve into. And others with just studies of blood magic throughout history, some of their most famous practitioners, and ways in which one could utilize those powers for their own benefit. One of them is penned by someone you have previously met. Unfortunately for you,
Selena? Or is it?
it is. There is a treatise on the properties of blood for alchemy that is penned by her, and seems to also dabble on some principles of blood magic.
Mizell will go ahead and stash those scrolls in the personal pouch of holding.
Your mic.
That was
did it again.
fascinating.
Oh,
That was
Did
so
it again.
funny.
The personal pouch of holding.
yeah.
Love it.
But yeah. Okay. No issue. You take the tomes and you stash them away.
And then anything on the Crimson Core?
I wouldn't. I want to change the name. Like, this is weirding me out so bad. I've been referring, because like, you guys gotta understand, I didn't write this shit like yesterday. I've written it years ago, and I've been referring it inside my head like that for years. I feel like a part of me has been destroyed.
Need to go rewatch Attack on Titan in English. The Scouting Corps or whatever.
Some of the books, you would have to You would have to read them in more detail, but it is. If you look at their subject matter, like speaking of a little bit about vampires through history in some senses, you would presume that they might mention them in detail at some point, but none of them glaringly. Like none of them are about that or have like a whole section dedicated to that.
Okay.
It seems to be a bit of an elusive theme.
I think Mizell will go ahead and take one or two of the ones on vampires in general to study back at the house.
Okay.
And then Mizell will. Do I see anything else in that room that seems like it might be interesting while I'm here?
Make a perception check.
Alrighty. I'm never good at those.
I'd roll an insight.
True. Just to offset all the investigation.
By the way, this place is like dark. There are no candles or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just relying on your natural dark vision to look?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, don't see anything unusual in this case.
Bell that like creates a light only you can see. That'd be really cool.
That sounds weird. Like
There's a thing
how
in
does it physically eliminate things only for you? Like
play it being magic. Like the thing I'm thinking of is like in Harry Potter there's a magic hand that is like a torch that only grants light to the person holding it.
yeah, I know, but like wow, that's weird. Anyway,
It'd be so cool. I want one of those now.
yeah, you
That was like, yeah, you're not getting one.
So true. Anyway, yeah, Mizell's trying not to attract attention down here, so is fully relying on dark vision.
you know, you don't really see anything. Just that this room seems to be far less visited than others, but not completely. Like it's not completely undisturbed. It does seem like
I swear to God, I'm coming back here when we level up with Devil's Sight.
Yeah, from the settlement of the dust and some of the bricks being a little bit loose, you can tell that it has seen some use, but not all of it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, as Mizell's kind of retreating, he wants to kind of cover his tracks. So any places that he sees where he left footprints or handprints, he's going to kind of gently blow the dust just to stir it up enough to wipe away the footprint and then kind of try and let it settle back into a more natural looking pattern.
All right, roll sleight of hand.
Okay. Oh.
You do a job.
We're trying. If I use my wings, can I get advantage?
I mean, no. It's gonna be messy as fuck if you use your wings, bro. You're gonna blow like
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna blow the dust right off all the shelves, like throw the books open. What the fuck? You do a job out of it.
Fair.
You know.
Yeah. It might not hold up to like scrutiny, but it's better than nothing.
Yep.
Okay. And so Mizell will kind of back out of that room, relock the door, exit the hidden room, close the hidden shelf carefully not to disturb the trap, and then do the same kind of like blow to like scatter any dust that might have been left by pressing the hidden nook. And then he'll take a little bit of time to look through the book that he did find on the Crimson Core, because he's thinking that So far, this is done, like, as long as nobody goes back in there, they won't notice anything's missing. So I don't want to give them cause to think someone's been down here. So he's just going to, like, read through as much of that book as he can while down here, and then retreat back upstairs and go home after a couple hours.
After a couple hours?
Yeah, so he's going to, like, spend a couple hours in the downstairs room reading through the book on the Crimson Core. Assuming
I
that no one
will
comes
say-
down at this time.
You're very tired.
He doesn't sleep, and I think one of the activities that you're allowed during that resting time is reading.
I guess it's fair, but you're also like kind of, are you comfortable resting in this space? I guess that's kind of like a weird thing. Like, do you need to be like completely relaxed to rest?
I
Or
think that he could get reasonably comfortable because it's not like he can sit down at one of the tables.
Okay, you're spending like 2 hours there, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Just like what he can get through in that book in that time.
Okay, so that would push it from 3 to like 5 a.m.
He's gonna leave before like the activity in the temple would normally pick up in the morning.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like religious places usually start pretty early.
Yeah, so like I'd say
So
like
you're-
if it's starting around 6, then he'd be gone by like 5:30.
Yeah, you can get like some reading in, but definitely at some point you're going to hear some movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as he starts hearing activity from upstairs, he'll put that book away, and then quietly exit the temple.
Yeah, for the time being, you can get some like dimensions on the book seem to be very sparse. You kind of do like a keyword search on the book itself, except using your eyes instead of a computer. But it seems to mention that there was a group of vampires that were under Grimvar's employ. But details of their identity have never been, revealed, and even their existence itself is a bit of a subject of scrutiny because, the only member of the group that was ever made public would be Selena herself, who, according to these books, was executed some, 100 and something years ago. Well, obviously you know that to not be true, but that's what it says in the book. And she was presumably like one of these vampires, but she was the only one. So many people dispute the fact that they were a group and not just Selena and her cronies. But regardless, there are these tales, according to the book, would suggest that Grimvar himself was somewhat skilled at blood magic or something related to it, since he could manipulate this kind of creature, or he could use them to his employ.
And it doesn't provide any other names of who might else have been in the Crimson Core, which is why they were kind of debated whether they existed.
No, apparently that is not an information that was recorded in itself. Although I would say, like, since you're not a super naive individual, there is some sort of like there is a little bit of an odd feeling of like something might have been covered up here.
And this goes back to Meisel's like initial kind of dismissal of this particular tome anyway, as like history is written by the victors. They want to cover something up. This is not going to be a completely accurate account, but I might at least be able to get a clue or two out of it.
Yes, and specifically when it comes to, for instance, the matter of Selena being executed. The book is very certain about that being historical fact. Witnesses, etc. but she was very much alive until like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And it also does a very like oh, but nobody has ever heard of them. No, nobody's heard a name, so maybe they don't exist.
Who was the author of this book?
Well,
Feel free to make something up, but it will come up later. We're gonna find this man if he's still alive and question him.
this was written by Devon Falklander. 70 years ago.
Mysel's just like, damn, sounds like a heroine name. He's probably dead.
Yeah, speaking of heroes, it does go into a little bit of detail about the matter of Selena's execution. It was one of the big events, and remember, as a reminder, I am retconning the timeline a little bit, so Grimvar would have died like less than 200 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the big events that happened sometime after his demise was a group of so-called heroes, adventurers and mercenaries and other things, marching onto the city where the Vraskovs kind of made their lair, storming the place and killing all of the family, including Selena. Because she wasn't the only one, but she was their leader, so to speak. And this one dude who is revered as a hero and whose name I won't have on hand right now, but he has a name, is credited for having personally delivered like the final blow to her and decapitating her with what many attest was like a sword that should permanently kill vampires or dark creatures in general. It was a very big event, her demise or her defeat.
Interesting. Myzel will definitely look out for that name in the future because he told a big fat lie. All right. Yeah, Myzel will go ahead and slip that book back and sneak back to the house for the duration of our rest.
Very well. You fly back to the house. The little bit of morning air beginning to waft through the air, the winds of Great Helm, but you get back to the house. It's going to that little foray is going to cost you like an extra hour of rest probably, but you're safe and sound. Probably be done around like noonish. And that's it, unless anyone has any other surprises for our long rest. You do manage to finish your long rest. I'll take that as a nope.
I have like this sneaking suspicion that there was something that somebody or I wanted to do. It's just not coming to me.
Right, you have until I come back with a glass of water.
Okay. Fuck. Pressure
Cool.
is
I'm gonna go
on.
get a drink as well.
I grabbed 2 drinks when I came back with food.
Was there something? Am I making shit up? Did I owe somebody an item?
Oh, I mean, if there's time in the morning, Lilia would ask Rala about the whole materia in the Van Braces thing. See if she had any.
All right, I'm back. Did no one remember?
I didn't. I'm
Fantastic.
like, I don't know. I have this feeling that I wanted to give someone an item or I wanted to ask someone for something. It's not coming to me.
Incredible.
Incredible. Yeah, well, we shall see. Where do I see my inventory here? Oh, in the inventory tab. How about that one?
Amazing what technology does these days.
Amazing. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. Okay, I did want to ask, well, Rala would probably want to go to bed. Do I have access to the identify somehow?
Yep.
I do have this one item that's been bothering me for months, and I forget to look at it at all times. But it's a syringe with a liquid that I picked up from those two devils that we fought in the forest. Do you remember? It was either from those two devils or from the wolf. I don't remember, but I have. It said I find a syringe with liquid, and I don't know what it is.
A syringe with liquid. Do you recall exactly in what situation you found it?
Let me check my notes. It might be in there. My sheet, it just says syringe with liquid. Then my mental note is ask DM.
I have an inkling, but I want to confirm.
Yeah, I don't think it was from Selena. I don't think it was from her.
And like, did you find it or did someone give it to you?
I picked it up. It was like a loot drop situation. Like we fought something, won, and then I like checked the body or something, and then you said there's like I think it was when I found God. I don't know where it is in the notes. Maybe I didn't even write down a note, I just put it in my sheet. No, I don't have it in my notes, I don't think so. I went back to 2024. Fuck. I don't know.
But you
I
picked
don't
it
know,
up
I'm
after
sorry.
you guys fought something, right?
Yes, we fought something and I got it there. Alongside like other minor items, but the syringe with an unknown liquid was there as well.
Yep.
And I've been meaning to ask you for months. Can you believe that?
You could use it. Would be a little bit of a weird situation. Like, it's not a proper magical item, but I suppose it would have some degree of magical capacity in it. But you can also inspect it with your eyes, since it's, a substance.
Oh, true. Yeah. Well, let me see how many charges my eyes have now. It's been
Can
a
they just
long...
do that?
Let me just check my eyes. Well, I'm like stupid as hell today. I don't know where my... Here they are. Fucking hell. It's like I've never used Foundry before.
Did you lose your eyes? Like, are they not in your head anymore?
Alchemist eyes. Non-living substance, yeah. I can immediately know its chemical composition. I don't know if that tells me exactly what it is, but... That just does it, yeah.
This has, obviously water and several other alchemical like ingredients. Like it's a fairly complex substance, and a little bit of vampire blood.
What is Noah looking at? I missed. I just got back.
A syringe with a liquid that he looted from somewhere while you guys were in the war.
Cool.
Water and several other chemicals, you said?
Yes.
As well as vampire blood.
A little bit of vampire blood, yes.
Okay.
Trace amounts.
It creates other vampires!
Okay. Oh, okay. I suppose this might just be an item of like the previous arc then. Probably. Well, I'm gonna. I took
Well,
a note of that.
you picked it up during the previous arc, so I would
Yeah.
assume it's an item
Yeah.
from the previous arc. Yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean. Like it's probably not a tool for later. That was a tool for earlier. Oh my god! I just hovered over the stuff on the new HUD. Holy shit. Okay.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Sure. All right. That's it. Thank you, DM.
Okay. So are we headed to the next morning?
I think Mizell just would have spent the rest of the like morning until the party was ready to be up and about, like till noon, so like 6 to noon, looking through some of the ill-gotten scrolls and books. And we can work that out after session or
Right.
throughout the week.
Around maybe like 10, you get a knock on your door.
Who is it?
Ohio.
It's a parcel for Mr. Mizell.
Ah, yes. I was expecting that. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Here it is. This guy's like a walrus, Lagoose.
Walrus?
Yep.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Can
Sophia
you
Cell, I
sign,
like it.
can you just sign here, please?
Mizell will take out a quill and sign the packing slip, and then toss the man a silver fractal and say, "Thank you very much."
They're not really made of silver, but we can say that there is
Wait,
change.
isn't there a silver fractal? Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, fractals.
A couple fractals, like whatever is like reasonable as a tip for a delivery person.
He's like, oh, thank you very much. And then he reveals himself as a fae and just gave him your name. No. Can you imagine,
Are you gonna make me become 2 of our characters in the Monday game and just constantly have detect magic going?
Yeah, but wouldn't that be really cool though? Like he just fakes being delivering something and gets your signature and is like, ha!
So this is actually a character I have the idea, but they work as a barista at a coffee shop.
Oh my god.
Can I have your name?
Yep.
I
so
love
good.
that.
Faye at
Anyway.
the coffee shop stealing people's names. Jesus Christ.
It might be too grossy. That's actually the character that I'm referring to.
Faybucks.
Thank you very much for the tip. A very generous tip, and scurries off. And inside the parcel, alongside an apology note for the delay, because the craftsman rolled abysmally low on his performance check. Not performance literally, but like, the check made to determine his performance.
His crafting check.
Yeah. You get the item, which I forgot exactly what it was, but you get the item that you had ordered. It was a bracelet.
It was a bracelet made of I think we decided it was electrum, like that combination of like silver and gold. Or no, white gold and gold. To amplify magic, and he was gonna set the Jewel of True Blood in it.
Yeah, okay. So I have revised a little some of the details.
Mm-hmm.
So how this thing works essentially, if you have a thing of solid gold on your person, like touching your person, all of your spells cost 1 less point to cast. Down to a minimum of 1, of course.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you get targeted by a spell that affects you, how do I say? Okay, so a fireball is an external effect, right? It's not affecting your body directly. It's creating a harmful effect that will in turn affect your body. Whole person is directly targeting you. Like it's actually like actively trying to push magic into your body and mess with you. If you get targeted by the second type of magic, you roll, you subtract a d4 from your roll. Because the conductivity of the gold kind of like goes both ways.
Make something like that affect you more easily.
Yes. It lets the ether flow into your body easier, but it also lets it flow out of your body more efficiently.
See, now you're making me just not want to use this thing that I paid 1,000 fractals for.
I mean, yeah, I know. I apologize, but you know.
It feels like saving 1 spell point on each spell isn't worth that.
I mean, how often do you get targeted by that sort of thing?
Well, considering we might be up against people who are going to be blood mages.
Well, touche. Et tu brute.
I don't know. I can think about something else later. It's just that I also like think it does come with like perks and demerits, this kind of thing. And I don't want to make it like a flat increase to spell saving throws, because I think that could quickly get out of hand. But still,
I want my saving throw to be a 22.
yeah, that's the problem.
No, I get it. We can
Also,
workshop it.
I think the spell point, like, it actually also translates better into, you know, it being a conductivity thing. It's not amplifying necessarily, it's just making it easier to...
Or efficient.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a catalyst. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get your bracelet. Finally. And that's something I'm writing off of my mental list. It's been bugging me forever.
I try it out. I look like girl boss.
You do. It goes so well with your fit.
He's eating.
But yeah, that's the only thing that happens of note until you all can, you know, wake up, reconvene, and do whatever it is you want to do on the morning. You all are waking up like rather late, close to lunch.
Around 11 or so, my Zell will kind of prod Lilia and Rala and say, "You need to go check in at the place where Rala lives that I'm forgetting what it's called, the orphanage, before noon, or the lady will get real mad."
Yeah, that's probably a good point. You ready to head out, Rala?
Sorry. Yeah.
I think Myzel probably poked those two because he knows that Iluna's a late sleeper. and
Way
is gonna,
harder
like-
to wake up.
Yeah.
Right? As you open the door to head out and get to the orphanage, conveniently the town crier is passing very close to your house, and everyone had been walking around the house for various reasons. Here's the town crier's reports for today. Attention! Ore shipment crash causes spike in copper prices. Applications accepted for apprenticeship at the Toasted Anvil. Semifinals of the Great Helm Sluggers Championship to be held tomorrow morning. Strange assault over city walls causes unrest in the city guard. Opening night for the Fall of the House of Great Helm at the Grand Theater today. Get your tickets! Runs off.
Myself just kind of face palms at the mention of an assault over the city wall. Like, gee, I wonder who that was.
Yeah.
Well, he just kind of like actually turns and just like goes back in the door. It's like, we might need some cloaks.
I just wish to point out that in the notes I got at the beginning of the game, the town crier was one of them. And it just like occurred to me last time he came up. I have his name, I have a description for him.
Oh, pray tell.
His name's Jürgen Loudstar. He is a short elven fellow, delivers most news, as well as counsel from Speaker Ferguson, town's equivalent to mayor. Seems to always have a cold though. You've also seen him skulking around some less savory alleys.
Myself kind of sighs and says, maybe I should go with you to smooth things over in case she's heard of that incident. You said that someone recognized Rala?
Yeah, but I gave him a real good bash on the head, so I was hoping it kind of like, made things a little foggy.
I'll go with you just in case it didn't.
Yeah, fair. Then I guess the three of us head to the orphanage.
All right.
Before we go, Rala would have looked out the window, as she often does first thing in the morning, and first, DM, is there anything you would like to say about that result, or no?
You're going to look out the window?
Yes.
Not a very good idea.
Okay. So, as she's standing in front of the window, she's going to just cock her fist back and just punch herself in the side of the head. And I'm putting a spell point into that.
Holy shit.
Whoa,
Oh, no.
Rala, what are you doing? Are you okay?
What's going on?
Well, she's going to do it again.
Let's stop her.
Did you roll the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can I attempt to stop the punch?
She's doing it like, well, I've already re-rolled the final result, so
Yeah,
you
like,
could have
you can
tried to grab her hand, but she seems very determined to do this.
Yeah.
You like grab her hand and she just like smashes her head into the window. Or a beam or something, I'm imagining.
So, let me
Right, middle's clear.
conduct this. Cool.
What is going on?
So, after that, she's going to breathe a heavy sigh of relief. Sort of clap, pat her face and okay, ready to go.
Do you mind explaining what that was about?
What was what about?
You
Punching
just
yourself.
hit yourself.
Oh, I had something in my eye.
I mean, I'm
Inside
not good
joke.
at telling if people are lying, but Rala,
You don't
What
need
is
Oh,
to
all
be
this?
good at it to tell that that's not the truth.
What is
Or
all
not-
this
at least not
racket
all of it.
happening?
well, we're hoping Rala can tell us.
What?
Look,
What
we
did
got
you
all
do?
sorts of misfits and people from all sorts of histories here. Like, there's no judgment, just concern.
I didn't want to see him again. I shouldn't have seen him yesterday, but I did. And that one saw me see it, and they don't like that. And she sort of has that kind of stony-faced, glazed look like she did yesterday before she, once again, like, sort of flaps her cheeks and... Go now. Sorry.
Let's get you cleaned up, and then we'll go meet the matron. And my Zell will cast Cure Wounds on her.
Mr. Mizell, you look really, like, different today, too, by the way.
Do I?
Yeah, you're like... She's just kind of like... kind of like the jazz hands motion. Like, you're just kind of like... swoosh.
You look at my Zell, and for a second, it's like he has the Chad face filter. You know, like the strong ass jawbones and the tilted eyebrows, and then it goes back to
Handsome
normal.
Squidward.
Yep.
Oh no! Don't feel any different. Do I look any different, Lilia?
Oh god.
No.
It's too early for me to deal with this, god. Get her cleaned up. Well, actually, no, and Luna will just snap her fingers and press to digitate.
Yeah, my Zell kind of cure wounds and that, get her cleaned up. And Luna, get yourself a cup of coffee and we'll take her to check in at the orphanage.
Okay. Has Lucina been made aware to come here?
I can send word and ask if she'll come meet us. She's probably sleeping in a little too because she watched over Mark last night. But
Somehow I doubt she has, actually.
you're not wrong.
I
Myzel
can-
will.
I
What's
can just
that?
check in. She has my ring still.
Oh, that's true. I'll leave that to you then.
Do you think it's more appropriate to send a message or just look and see if she's awake?
Then, what a complicated question.
Can others hear from that ring?
Yes. You've done it before.
I would give maybe
That's
just
right.
a brief, like, hey, Lucina, if you're awake.
No, because we don't. If she's with others who we don't necessarily trust, we don't want her to them to know we have that.
Oh,
Either take a
true.
peek to make sure it's safe, or wait for me to send a more discreet message. Although a strange flapping bird is hardly a discreet either. At least others wouldn't be able to hear it. You know what? Go ahead, take a peek. If she's alone, then send the message. We'll be back in a
Alright.
little bit.
In that case, I fear already what I might see, but
She's in
Fuck
the
me.
shower.
Butt naked.
wherever the ring might be, there's a little bit of a magical swirl in the center of it, and my eye coalesces at the core of it and just looks around. Where am I?
In a
Right.
jar.
Let me. I'm deciding. I'm
Mhm.
deciding the stakes here.
upsetting how jealous Luna's gonna be.
Okay.
This
The
feels so
most
weird to
important
roll.
role of the night.
Well, you didn't roll on the extremes. The extremes were where the wild things were.
I didn't roll at all.
Well, I rolled for you. I hold the cards here, but
Thank you.
as you peek into the, it was an earring, right?
Yes, it was an earring that I took.
Okay, it seems to have been affixed to her wrist, like to sort of like a, not a bracelet, but just like some sort of band that is on her wrist for practicality's sake. And when you peek out, she seems to be alone on some sort of a small but official-looking room of some sort. You know, there are paper drawers, etc., very neatly organized. And Lucina is just kind of like sitting and drinking some apparently hot beverage. You can't really see the liquid itself, but it seems to be steaming. Just kind of like gazing out. There's a little bit of a 1,000-yard stare, but as usual, not much emotion.
Is this a first-person view from the point of view of the ring itself?
Yeah, so he's kind of like staring at her, like her hand is resting on the table, so he is looking at her. It's not too much of a, you know, if you position your hand on like your table or something like it. Imagine that, like it's not like right, like chin angle point of view, just a little lower than where her face
But
is.
third person, like it would be for
Third point
scrying.
5 person view.
Yeah, that's really funny. It's like a second
QB,
person
you're a
point of view.
bug.
Yeah, it's kind of like a second person point of view, kind of like that.
Just like just looking from the wrist. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You ever play
But
that mosquito game on the PlayStation?
No,
No.
I'm intrigued now. Just a
It's
mosquito game? The fuck?
you're a mosquito and you suck the blood out of out of the residents of a house, and you're just like a little guy just bugging this family, and like you're kind of just, I just imagined like Noah's kind of just like this tiny little thing on her wrist looking kind of outward into the world.
Love that. I'm a mosquito. But she looks awake then.
yeah, she looks awake and just, you know, having some sort of quiet moment of sorts.
Okay. I will then have my eye disappear. She's awake.
Good.
Should I call her over then? Tell her to meet us somewhere? Should we go see her?
Well, we don't know where she is. She knows where we live,
That's true.
and I don't think she'd like us barging into her private quarters, wherever it is.
I'll tell her we're awake then. And we're ready for whatever else the day holds for us. And so I'll focus again, and in that little ring, a mouth is going to coalesce and appear. And I'm just going to whisper from that ring. Good morning, Lucina. No, wait, hang on. Good morning, Lucky.
No, not like this.
Good morning, Lucky. We're awake now.
Okay, you just send that, right? Like it's not like you can you get a response or something.
Yeah,
I think you can focus on hearing from it.
yeah, I
right?
could focus on hearing right after that. Do I make an ear appear within that ring next? I think I will. So I sent that message and very quickly refocus my attention, and a little ear seems to appear within that ring.
Okay. You just hear in her usual voice. Understood. I will be there. We'll be there soon.
the ear nods, and I say to the others,
The ear nods.
I'm
The ear
glad you
does
like
like
that one.
a little sit up.
Yeah,
Ew.
I'm glad
I
you
It like
enjoyed that one.
spins in a
it.
circle.
I don't like it.
Bet you one's pretty great. I'm not gonna. Uh-uh.
Then I'll say to the others, she's on her way. She sounds the same as usual. So I guess she's fine.
And you did that in a very normal way.
Say that again.
And you did that in a very normal way.
Well, as normal as this ability allows me to be. You know how it works. You've seen it before.
No, you're a smart boy, so I'm going to trust you understand what I'm actually asking you.
What exactly do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
You didn't add any of your usual little cheek or anything, just
Do you
the
hate
fact.
me?
Did you say that all? Did you say everything aloud?
I believe I have to say it out loud. I don't think I can.
I don't know how your thing works. You tell me.
Motherfucker, why can't I find anything today? I'm like tripping balls or what? I don't know where my here it is.
It's been asking, telling me like I know how your stuff works. I don't know. Half of it's mental, half of it's not.
Oh no, it is a
So
telepathic
actually,
message.
here's
Yeah, yeah,
let me show you something cool. Hit Control Space, type Hex Blood, and it'll pull up your item to
A
read.
what?
Yeah.
A who? I'm a
Yeah.
what? I'm a what, bitch? No, I found it. It is a telepathic message. I
You
don't
literally
know.
told us what you are before. Come on.
I've never said this.
Yes, you have.
I've never said this. I have. I mean, I'm gonna leave it to DM. It's a telepathic message to the receiver. I don't know if you want me to
You
then.
can say it verbally if you want. I'm just asking, did you? Is
I
the
don't
thing.
know how it works. If it's just telepathic, then I would have just like thought it. But if the DM thinks I would have to whisper it like a message, then I would do it that way.
What is the specific wording again?
It says, as an action, you can send a telepathic message to the creature holding or blah 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 blah.
Then it's telepathic, yeah. Just
Okay, so I just think it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll respond to Luna. I just mentioned to her that we're awake, and I said good morning.
Nothing else?
Nothing important. The message can't be too long, otherwise it won't fully send. And I didn't really have anything important to add anyway.
Luna kind of like waltzes over with her coffee in hand. Kind of like playfully half narrows her eyes. I'm on to you. I'm mostly joking.
I just look at you quizzically. Noah's confused.
Nah. Oh no. Stuff's messing around. And
By the way, guys, I'm a hex. What the fuck, bitch? God damn.
what is that?
Told us before.
I've never said this in character.
He didn't say it in
No.
character.
Yeah, because I'm also not entirely sure how the DM has.
no, lore-wise,
Blended.
that's not how it works.
Yeah, I do not know this. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
No, I'm
but
saying
Myzel
for
didn't
you,
say
out
he's
of
a hex
character.
blood. Kevin said he was a hex
Yeah,
blood.
I'm saying for you, out of character, that's how you can look it up quickly. Good lord.
I got exposed mid game.
Oh my god.
Makes you feel
It's like-
like a human.
Saying you get exposed is about a thing that we all do. Is kind of like
I
was
wanna
exposed.
have the freedom to say it.
was exposed.
I can
You
understand.
acknowledge.
I can understand. Yeah, like you know.
It's like that was my little personal secret that I didn't know how it was gonna play out yet, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's
I'll
kind of
forgive
it's
you.
kind of like it's not cool to say that your buddy is gay, even if everyone knows he's gay. You wait until until he tells you.
You know what the difference between that and that is?
What?
A literal, a literal ocean of difference.
No, I mean
I don't think
you
so.
know.
He
I
told us out of character, and I mentioned it out of character. I haven't said shit in character.
maybe not everybody heard. It's fine. It's whatever.
Maybe not everybody.
No, I don't agree with you. There's so much more
forgive you
weight
this
with that comes
I-
from like.
It's fine. I forgive you this time. Don't let it happen again.
Don't accept his
Don't let it
apology or
happen
don't accept that, Kevin. I wouldn't be like
Wait,
fuck
who's Kevin?
My God. Okay, whatever.
Anyway,
Fuck you.
You know what? Last time I take your side. Next time I'm just gonna pile on, even if I on your side.
even before Rala and company are back from their little orphanage checkup visit, there is a very rhythmic knock on the door.
Can you give us the rhythm real quick?
I didn't say it was a musical rhythm. I just said it was a rhythm. Like there is.
I know. I was
Times,
very
1
curious.
second apart each.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
there's a
legitimately
very-
curious.
You know, there's a very clearly defined cadence, but it is not artistic at all.
Yeah, no, I don't. I wanted to hear it verb. As funny as I thought it was. Okay. I opened the door up. I'm wearing an oversized sweater.
Yep, Lucina is outside the door in the same getup as always. The guard commander outfit with the cape and the big axe behind her, and looking fully recovered. You know, not a blemish on her face. Good morning.
Good morning. Have you slept well?
Yes.
I would
Insight.
insight
I'm not
check,
there.
but I don't think it's that serious.
She looks well rested.
Good. Well, come in. We're just having some breakfast before we get we have Rala. Saw to her is it matron, as it were?
Yes. She goes in without much ceremony. When she meets, Mizell and Noah, she greets the both of you. Wait, Mizell I think is not in the house.
Yeah, Mizell, Lily, and Rala are headed to the orphanage.
Yeah, she sees Noah and merely I guess since Noah has already spoken to her, she doesn't even say good morning. She just kind of looks at you, doesn't say anything, just sits.
I lift a hand to greet her.
Yeah, she also lifts a hand.
I just
She doesn't
kind of
wait.
turn
She
to.
just
I kind of turn to Luna like. I feel like we're really getting along well.
Well, I'm glad that we decided to send you two together to get those gears, whatever they were.
Whatever it was.
I'm glad you two got closer.
Hmm.
Well, to catch you up, there was a bit of a scuffle at the graveyard. As expected, a vampire had made that her home, it seems. A large amount of undead we had to fight through before we could rescue the citizens that were taken as hostage, potential new victims. We weren't quite sure, to be honest with you. We didn't want to delve deeper without getting some rest. I know Noah had been running on a bit of fumes after having to go through multiple sections. Myself as well. Lilia wasn't doing the greatest after the fight either, and Rella was a bit shaken up from what we had saw.
I see. Did you retrieve the key?
You did. We wanted your opinion on the steps moving forward. If you just wanted to as a detachment, ourselves and you, go in full steam ahead, or if we wanted to try to gather more information about what they might be doing, though I'm not sure from where we could.
Do you have
Just
more
know that,
information on the remaining numbers, abilities?
to be honest, not really. She seems musically inclined, if that means anything. I assume she has some level of necromantic ability, considering all the ghouls and ghosts that we had to fight. All at her beck and call, I'm assuming. There was a demon summoning circle. One that I'm sure we'd taken care of before we'd left, but nonetheless, there might be more from where that came from.
Hmm.
Noah, I
You're
haven't
a
been able
dwarf
to.
now.
I haven't been able to keep as good an eye on her as I've wanted. How has Rala been holding up, in your opinion?
Well, considering that she was punching herself this morning in the face right after waking up, I don't think this has been easy for her. I think she's a tough girl overall and pretty special in a lot of ways. But still, she's a girl. Very young one. So basically, do you think we should talk to her about whether this is a journey that she's really wanting to be a part of? Not that I doubt her interest in helping and participating, but maybe it's too risky to expose her to all of this. You know? And also, she's seeing things that we do not see. And that's a little off putting.
That's the part of me that. Part of that is the reason why I think we should keep her close. Because I worry about those things that she might be seeing. And the other part of me wants to be responsible.
Do you believe Rala Sokmali is mentally ill?
No. I don't believe she's
No,
mentally ill. But
I
I do
believe in the
believe
things she sees, yes.
she has a predisposition to seeing things that others do not, but if I'm honest, the biggest problem that I see is that she doesn't quite know what it is that's special about her. And I'll be honest, I asked her quite a lot about Gigi, for example. And you might think this is weird and maybe I'm a little obsessive when it comes to that, but it's just another puzzle piece that I can't quite fit into her story. And if I don't know what it is, and you don't know what it is, and nobody truly knows what Gigi or any of these visions are, then it's hard for us to start finding a good place where we can help her.
And for better or worse, I know the type of girl she is. If we leave her behind, I Fear she'll try to act out herself.
Hmm.
Nikina, when did you start? Let's say working professionally.
You mean when I joined the military?
Yes.
I was 15 years old.
I believe Ralla's 14,
13.
13.
Just a teenager.
I just don't feel good about it.
Do you believe it would be better for Rala Sokmali's mental health if you located the... She kind of like seems to stop for a second. Another child that disappeared in the city.
Say that again, please.
If you located another child that disappeared in the city.
Oh, what does that mean? I'm not sure I follow your thought here.
Rala Sokmali does not speak much of it, but supposedly another girl around her age has already also disappeared, although we don't have records of her in the city's registry.
How would we go about finding one of these kids? And no offense to you, but have any efforts been made already toward finding them?
They're orphans.
She does not seem to have filed an official complaint, so our hands are relatively tied in that regard. However, I would hazard a guess that similar things might have happened as are happening to the rest of the city, which hinder official investigations.
So maybe we have to deal with this big issue first before we can dig into the... And I in no way mean to take away importance from this, but deal with the issues of the smaller people, if that makes sense.
They very well may be interconnected. At the very least, it's nice to know. If we do manage to find this girl, it may do wonders for Ralla's confidence. I just... And Luna always has during breakfast she always has Wolfblade just like as the armor, like on like either a chair or like the table. She gives him his own chair because he deserves it. Maybe I just want to hear him doing the right thing. Because I'm not sure that I am.
At times, crisis calls for the young to be involved in the conflicts of the world. It is heartening that you are worrying for the child's well-being. However, the people may need her contributions today.
Luna just kind of purses her lips. I just don't like it. Though I think you're right. I'm sorry.
Should we talk to her then? What do you think? Or should we just keep an eye on her?
She's a stubborn girl. She won't want to talk about it.
And I'll be honest, I wasn't able to get anything out of her also when I asked. She didn't know anything about it.
I doubt it's something she understands.
And that's the problem. Well, maybe it's not even a problem for her. Maybe it's just a problem for me because I like to know things.
Correct.
So I guess we'll just leave it then. And hope for the best.
Yeah. Team.
I would say this is around the time that you guys have already been able to check in with the matron and come back at the rest of the party.
Anything? Any weird vibes from the matron? Like, did she hear rumors that Rala got into a fight with the guard last night?
No.
All right. If it's a non-eventful check-in, then we'll be back.
Yep.
Yep. You guys get back and you see Lucina and the others having a conversation over lunch, presumably.
Yeah.
Brunch.
Brunch. Nice brunch.
Commander Lucina, good to see you. Have the others filled you in?
Indeed. We are discussing the next steps to be taken.
I don't know if they mentioned, but the thing that's been troubling me and I'm kind of concerned about and like get your thoughts on is this vampire we met last night implied that she's not the one who cast the spell on the city, which means we're dealing with not just one but two powerful adversaries.
That would be logical with the happenings on different parts of the city.
Sounded like you said titty there.
I thought so too, and I wasn't
The
gonna say
city!
anything.
The city!
I
Different
know,
parts
but
of
that's
the
not what
city.
it sounded like.
You can't help.
That's
I'm
so
not
stupid.
sure. Is there anything that we might be able to investigate during the day, or should we... Maybe we should try storming their base during the day now that we have all of the keys. That might catch them unawares. Or
I
it
doubt it catch
might
them
just
unaware.
not.
Yeah, I think
Make a
they
difference.
have been very much aware of our presence.
I know.
But
Correct. I believe, regardless of the time of day, the vampire shall be on guard for an incursion.
it doesn't matter one way or the other, though. Heroes are supposed to be able to walk into danger and take on any odds. Even if it is a trap. We just have to be better. Or something
if
like
that's
that.
the only goal, then that'll be easy.
I'm glad you have your confidence.
At the very least, the enemy is cornered at the mausoleum. It does not have any sorts of tunnels or other passageways leading elsewhere.
I don't suppose anyone was able to investigate the rest of the sewers in and out of the uh, in and out of the furnace. I didn't have time to properly look into that yesterday.
Did I?
You guys
thought
only
I
saw
w-
the entrance of the sewers. You didn't like really delve into it and explore like every nook and cranny of the sewer system.
Nothing in depth. We can only
He was
work with what
looking.
we
He was
have.
looking at Lucina when he said that because he didn't know if like she'd ordered anyone else to investigate deeper in there yet.
Hmm.
If you mean investigations from the rest of the city guard, I do not believe it be prudent to count on their collaboration in matters.
I agree.
As for what to do today, it depends, I suppose, on what your interests are next. If you wish to follow leads on some other event in the city that is doable over the day, or if you want to make preparations or other kinds of endeavors that may increase your odds of success, the time could be used for that. Otherwise, the time could be used to take the time to the enemy. I do not believe it will matter in terms of the awareness of the enemy itself.
Agreed.
Are
Personally,
there
I'd-
other things you would like to accomplish at night in the city?
We've yet to check out the parties, which is definitely on the to-do list at some point.
personally,
And we've not
Okay.
thoroughly looked into the asylum yet. Did you rename that? I forget.
It's a sanatorium, I believe.
The sanatorium. Okay.
Oh, so I should.
to use it as an asylum.
Yeah.
The connotation is different.
Side note: I just
Personally-
finished watching the 5th season of Blue Exorcist. Anyone there with me?
The what?
The
Blue
5th
Exorcist.
season of Blue Exorcist. They have an asylum there too. That's the connection.
They really had a 5th season.
Yeah, it just finished up this spring. It was really good. You should go watch it.
I didn't know it had a
Anyway.
3rd season.
You're sponsored
Unless
by
the
them or what?
season just split up in ways I didn't understand.
No, legit.
It's kind of like season 3, parts 1, 2, and 3, but most people call it 5th season.
final season, last season for real.
For realsies, for realsies.
Attack on Titan, the last season, the final season, part 2 of the vinyl line for real last season. But we're gonna make a movie.
It's so true.
Dead ass.
Ignore us. We're making a movie anyway. Personally,
Okay.
since we've made ourselves known to at least one of them, I'd rather we blow up our operations at the graveyard as soon as possible and keep them on their toes. If they know what we're doing, I'd rather them be nervous in their work,
And then
waltzing
they could
around like they own the place.
at least have one loose end tied up.
Yes.
Better not to give them more time to hunker down and gather more supplies if we can avoid it.
And we're all in agreement. We'll prepare. Take it back in the afternoon.
Then we need to settle the matter of who should accompany us. Commander Lucina, do you think it would be more prudent to take you than Sister Catherine, considering the level of danger we're likely to face?
As I previously stated, Catherine is not a combatant or a military person. However, I also acknowledge that she possesses magical abilities that can be very useful in such a situation.
Her
am
magic
still not-
very much proved its worth last night.
I'm still not completely familiar with your group's capabilities and tactics, and so I am not at an optimal
Well,
position.
I'm the
to-
mom, and Noah's the dad, and
Certainly
mean-
not.
I mean, in terms of physical altercation.
Wait, I thought I was the mom.
Yes, I think he's losing his mind. And I whispered to Luna, and we were worried about Rala.
I'm definitely the mom, though, right?
Yes, you are. I don't know what he's talking about.
Just don't call me mother.
Why?
she wants to be called mommy.
Do you want to call me mother?
Not really, but I'm curious about why you don't want to be called mother.
Because I'm very young and I'm not quite ready for that stage.
I guess
It's like
that's
when
fair.
it's like when we call you grandpa, oldie grandpa, even though like you're kind of
Who
not.
Nobody calls me that.
I was exaggerating. You're my very young, sweet, not young boy.
Uh-huh. I can be young and funky.
See, right there, funky. Rella, did the kids say funky?
What's that
Funky
mean?
feels more like you're referring to a cheese than a personality.
Or yeah, is that when like something smells real bad?
Yeah, it kind of smells funky.
Right there, you have it. The two youngest.
So I have to update my youth lingo.
Right. Nakina, you're talented, so I trust you'll be able to adjust to our style. That's not something I'm quite worried about. But with Sister Catherine, if she can't properly defend herself against the vampire, then she becomes a target, especially one that's going to be aiding us in battle so much.
That defensive magic of hers, though, certainly proved its worth. If we can keep her safe, it'd be very beneficial.
Noah, do you have any spells you think that could work?
To keep her safe?
Yeah, out of mostly harm's way.
Well, I could share with her the thing I've been giving to Rala, usually. You know, that little orb?
That's
It's like a one-time use thing, but it can be very effective if you use it in the right moment.
that's well, that's why I'd like to keep it with Rala.
I agree. I think it would be important to have to keep her safe.
I'll be fine.
Don't act tough with me. You're my responsibility. I'm not gonna let anything hurt you. Anyway, I don't think I'm willing to I'm not willing to trade that for Rala's safety.
The only other thing I could offer is that I keep a particularly close eye on her. And if I see that something's, I guess, not going the right way, then I intervene myself. You know?
I do have a spell that could teleport her out when she feels in danger,
I
or
do.
at least in the farther danger.
I do have a spell like that.
We'll need everything that we can, since they know we're coming. What do you guys think?
Usually, yes.
Usually, no.
I can also heal her if she gets injured. And I can, to some degree, deflect attacks from her.
I mean, the best I got is just to try and get hit instead of her. I mean, I could also probably get her out of combat if there's a bunch of people around her. I bet I could, like, grab her and jump off of one of them.
Alright. I'll have to do. Okay, that's Sister Catherine. Head out in the afternoon. Want to brew a few potions before we leave.
Will you be requiring anything else from me?
Just some good luck.
Good luck.
Others from
I'm gonna pretend it's a swoon.
the others from that we rescued from the graveyard last night are under Sister Catherine's care at the temple. Is there anyone that you can trust to look after them as well as Mark? I'm concerned that if this vampire, do we know her? We don't know her name yet, do we?
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Oh right, we do. We do.
Priscilla.
Okay,
Kina
I'm still
herself
not gonna
told you.
say it. Yeah. I'm concerned that
Out of character, she does.
she might be able to send someone for them. And Sister Catherine's the only one watching over them and that knows the full story right now.
Yes, I have discussed things with Catherine in the morning while you were still resting. Currently, she is caring for both of those victims as well as the boy that I had been caring for previously. As long as you can dispatch this vampire quickly, they will stay at a place where we can monitor them.
I mean, that boy is kind of important to us, right? He's the boy who lived, after all.
Oh my god.
You're reading too many novels.
They're good. You'll have to get into them someday. Although the author of that one in particular is a little controversial.
She was arrested 2 years ago.
She
I
was?
know the one.
Transphobia is a
riddance.
crime in Great Home.
Good riddance.
I love that this is canon now.
We just canonized it for fun. I like when we all just passively agree to canonize something for fun.
Just because we can. Because sometimes we get to live in the world we want.
We get to live. Yeah, this is the world we want. And
Joanne
jail.
in jail.
Jail.
She
In
was
Joel.
deported. She was deported to Ringcrest. It was deemed that the large population of transgender wizards there would have priority.
I love this now.
Well,
This is my favorite part of your game now.
one less
Sorry
thing
to the
worry
rest of this plot.
One less thing to worry about then.
The evil is defeated.
We,
Greatest evil.
we actually already won.
Turfs.
Yeah, we won already.
Yeah. Some campaigns are in a post-apocalyptic world, and this is a post-victory world.
Post justice.
Yeah. We're just cleaning up stuff. We're actually going to find out this is all about capitalism right after.
Okay, in that case, I will send a little bird to Sister Catherine and ask her to meet us here in a couple of hours after we've finished our preparations, and she can make her own.
Very well. Do you think you will have leads to investigate in the evening period?
Well,
We might try and get up with Marco if we're successful in the graveyard and not totally exhausted, and investigate the party scene this evening. But I think that'll have to be determined after we're finished in the graveyard.
oh, if we're investigating the party, I do have to take these two out to get dresses.
You mean Noah and Mazel, right?
She smiles. You've met devils, literal devils. Her smile is way more devilish than those.
I actually think I got something on my schedule. I think I'm busy.
Oh, really? Because I have it right here, and she has literally written what you're going to be wearing.
Sweat.
Sweat blob.
Sweat
And
blob
Rala, you'll
emoji.
just look so cute. What's your favorite color, Rala?
Orange.
Orange. That's
Do you know what
wonderful.
orange rhymes with?
Doorhenge. It depends on how you decide to use the vowels. Not the vowel, to phrase it. All perspective.
That was a good one.
Do you
Laguna,
need
do you have a
attire
dress?
for a ball?
Well, I carry ball apparel wherever I go. Do you have a dress, Nikina?
No, I do not.
Aluna is like writing on the list. Mm-hmm. And yep, those should be your measurements.
She kind of I know my measurements for armor.
Yes, and I know your measurement for a dress. And they just wrote it down. You know the same way that you have a thing for emotions when you try really. Same thing with me and dresses.
Understood.
Do you have a favorite color?
No.
I think you'd look good in white.
The Rala message.
Okay, make a stealth check, young lady.
If you are in need of a tailor to produce the clothing, my mother's store could perhaps be arranged.
I'll be in quick contact with her, and I have Rala by the back of her collar, just like in the air.
Oh, not by
I
the
have a
ear.
distraction. I run. I bolt.
See that,
I am
Rala?
imagining like Myzel trying to reach out and grab your arm and just getting dragged along.
Yeah, that is not a fight you win. Just
I see.
dislocates your shoulder.
I see Lilia running, knowing I can't catch her, but I look at Rala. You see that, Rala? Betrayal.
Betrayal.
Not
Not
like this.
Not to be dramatic, but
I'd never betray you, Rala. I'm just gonna make you look like those princesses that you read in books.
She just looks sad that Lilia abandoned her.
I
I
sort
feel
of
like
just
I'm still in the room and just like have a table blocking me, just like they can't get me. I'm safe behind this table.
I'm just gonna like point Rala's sad face at Lilia to guilt her into coming out until
Just put Rala down and okay.
Down?
I'm holding her by the back of her by
You
the
don't
back
gotta
of her
hold her
Not
scruff.
like
putting
a
her
kitten.
down like that.
I'm not talking about euthanasia. Get your mind out of the grave.
Well, we'll be going back soon, so
We're in Great Helm anyway.
Where's Asia?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you are a youth though, so I mean, we could find Asia and you'd be a euthanasia.
What?
Oh my god.
Is that our
can't
next
believe
I
mission?
you.
just dealt psychic damage to myself.
I can't believe you managed to sneak that in somehow. You're a goat. I don't even know how you did that.
it was right there.
You'll be a youth in Asia. Oh my god. I hope you've gotten used to us, Lakina.
She
Also,
blinks
I've been
twice.
like, I'll kind of like pull up my cloak sleeves. Like, I've been like kind of not showing this because I'm afraid I'd freak people out. Do you think people will actually care?
Do you mean
Shows
about
off
your...
wolf arms.
They will.
They will care.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. Just puts the cloak back down over the arms.
I'll just get something custom made for your arms.
Could make them look like bracers.
I
And the
have many
fingers.
ideas.
I mean,
I
I bet we
just-
could just found something with some really long sleeves.
And it does look at her two boys, though. I do trust that you two know how to dress yourselves well for a nice occasion.
Of course.
You are Myzel von Windblume. And Noah,
Ha-ha.
you always look dapper. So
I do. And I don't even have to try.
we'll try just a little bit harder if we go to this wall. I'll have a
I
good
can just
party.
make myself look a little more dapper. What should I add though? What do you think?
Mm,
I've seen people wear these little bow ties. They're pretty nifty.
I've heard bow ties are cool.
yeah, very cool. I'm like viciously making generations right now. We're technically done with one, just have to add sleeves to it. Well, let's fetch Sister Catherine. I'm going to get started on some of these brews. We're all ready. We depart for the graveyard.
To the graveyard we go.
And I'll send a personal commission to your mother for the dresses.
Mechanically speaking, was there able to be any progress on the materia slotting for bracers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have time for that, yeah. She can... I think there was a monetary cost associated. It's not too much. What is the rarity of the bracers?
Oh, let me
Rare?
check. I'm trying to fight my cat for my mouse.
Some Tom and Jerry shit.
It really is. Me.
I assume it's the same as mine and say it's rare, but you might be balling bigger than me.
I'm trying to find them on my sheet right now. I'm really bad at finding. Arms of nope, that's not Ronder's bracers.
Arms of Nope.
Arms of
Okay.
Nope.
Arms of rare. Okay, found it. To click into the item to see it. Okay.
Low key, if they weren't the same rarity as mine, I would have been like, Ducka,
Little
you're a
tilting.
cheater in a scale.
I mean. But they're rare, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna
Yeah.
be 200 fractals
Yeah.
in materials to add to the material block.
What the
Hey,
fuck?
Ariana.
Sometimes
250
if you're sad,
fractals?
you just gotta hit that Ariana to cheer
Just
yourself
200.
up.
Just 200.
Yeah.
200, okay.
Yeah.
Someone has to pay attention to the DM.
That's fine. But yeah, you have ample time for Raleigh to get a little bit of work done on your bracers and add a material slot that is connected to the overall like ethereal flux of the bracers.
Right.
And if you to revise, like if you put a materia on the bracers, you can treat it as if it was kind of like equipped to your claws.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Otherwise, I'd have to be getting some like sick brass knucks.
Which, on the table, but it
But we
Would
gotta
have-
craft them first, yeah.
would have to be custom made as well.
Each
That
brass
are like
nut.
or some like sheaths for the claws that are like metallic. Okay, actually that'd be pretty drippy.
Wait. We can just like make her the Wolverine by coating her claws in adamantium.
Yeah.
Okay, you do realize that hurts like a bitch, right?
Yeah, but it's one time. It's one and done. It's like all body mod.
She
No.
does heal herself with her thingy.
Wolverine is in like constant agony because the adamantium like poisons his body and he keeps regenerating from the damage it deals. Like he would be dead if it wasn't like
I
regenerating.
guess so. It'd
all
be
the
like
time.
similar to if I got silver claws of just like would be constantly taking damage from it.
That is a very apt comparison. Yes.
Are you gonna make
Still would be sick as
Wolverine?
fuck.
Are you gonna make her Wolverine?
I mean,
I don't know that I have that much of a healing ability.
yeah, if she wants to go after like a mega healing factor, sure. But for now, I think she would just die.
I would just be like seizing on the ground.
So legit got confused for a moment because the D&D version is adamantine, the
Yeah,
Marvel
adamantine.
version is adamantium.
Yep, it's adamantium.
I hate it.
You're only allowed to wear yellow moving forward.
I'm pretty sure adamantium came before the D&D version, but yeah.
It's
How dare they keep using their thing?
Yeah, because like Marvel comics are old as balls. Like Wolverine must
Yeah.
have been created in what, like the 60s?
If that.
Hang on, how?
I'm sorry, I'm looking up the actual
Or, I
definition
don't
of
need to
adamantine
check.
because it is adamantine is a version of adamant which is used as an archaic form of diamond.
Wait,
Diamond
they're
being
real
adamas
things?
in Latin. Huh? Yeah.
Am I gonna have to
For something to be
go get
adamant, it is
Lindsay?
for something to be solid. That way, if you're like adamantly convicted about something, you are like set in those convictions. So for something to be adamantine would be it is very strong and very solid.
No,
Not me
well,
wanting to
yeah.
go over and get Lindsay to verify all this.
Ugh.
All right, Docket, you know what's
not
crazy?
now. Yeah.
D&D, first published 1974. Wolverine, first published 1974.
Holy shit! Really?
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is actually the biggest takeaway from like this whole session.
Me brings facts.
Wolverine is a-
today.
D&D and Wolverine are
the
like the
same
same age.
Dear
Wait,
Lord.
you said the 70s?
Yeah.
So they turned 50 last year.
We're old, guys.
Was that the pause for everyone to do math?
Anyway, going back to the game, Lucina just says, The shop is normally not a tailor shop. Just add a note mentioning me, and she probably would be capable of adjusting.
Of course. Thank you very much. Luna's already sketching out little designs of everyone in dresses.
Would you need him for anything else?
Not presently. I'm going to begin working to make a bit more draughts of my personal concoction.
Very well. She gets up and turns back and starts leaving.
Bye.
Until
Bye,
next
Mickey.
time.
Oh my god.
In a few hours.
Alright, so she leaves to inform Sister Catherine that she is going to be coming with you.
Oh, Lukina's gonna do that?
Well, yeah, she's gonna go. It's more practical. She can just go there,
Okay.
tell her.
Yep.
She's the great goer.
So you
Great
guys
words,
got a couple of hours, presumably. Anything else you would like to prepare in the meanwhile, or places in
I
the
wanna
city
make-
you would like to visit?
I want to make more draughts of Shindora's Kiss.
Okay.
As I'm running low. And unless my favorite wizard boy has anything else to do, I would like his assistance.
Did we find any other useful potions in there? I don't even remember at this point.
We
I know
did.
we found more potions.
We did. I have not been able to take the time. I mean, we have a few hours. Maybe I can just do like one brew of like my own potions, and the other I can start sort of getting through the rest of like how to make them.
Ah, there's the massive list of loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the good bit.
There was
Wait,
a lot
ooh.
of potions.
Yeah, there was the Oristed iced tea. I don't remember what that does.
A lot of different things is the
Yeah.
answer to your question.
Mm-mm-mm.
How long was? Oh, let me read my.
Oh my god, could I have taken like a nap in the coffin last night?
Is the coffin here?
Where is the coffin?
I'm pretty sure we said we brought it here, and it's just in the
You
house
don't-
somewhere.
You don't sleep, so you would
I
have to
know.
just lie down on the coffin, like
Lie down
awake
in the
for-
coffin with my
for
forbidden
several
scrolls.
hours. Yeah.
Actually, wait, that'd be so fitting to like read through one of Selena's scrolls in Selena's coffin.
I feel like Lily is also the first person who wakes up in the morning. It just has to be the one that walks in on this. I'm just like,
And you
Yeah.
see Noah in the morning for some reason sitting on top of the coffin.
Wait, like a cat?
Yeah, I'm like on top of it, and
What, are you watching him? I think that's weirder.
First of all, you wouldn't even know Mizell is there unless you approach the coffin and just hear like something like interesting coming like from
To be
within
fair,
the coffin.
To be fair, she
Close
could just
for
do
the
head
effect
count.
take.
Probably like doing a head count and being like, okay, well, I've opened the other doors. I opened the door in the bedroom where he normally sleeps and it wasn't in there. I don't think he normally sleeps. Where the hell is he?
Okay, so
Look at the coffin and go, oh.
so droughts. They take 10 minutes with Selena's tools. So I want to do just like 3, and then the rest of the time I want to dedicate to which potions do we want me to try to understand.
Right. So reverse engineering a potion is pretty like complicated.
How long do you
Don't
think
we
it'll
have
take?
like the
Day?
notes on how she made most of these?
Is this
So-
true?
I think what?
Don't we have the notes on how she made most of these?
Did I put that in the loot list?
I think so. Hang on, I'm looking through the giant loot list. Because it would have been with the same stuff as Shandora's Kiss.
No.
No?
No.
No, they're completely different. The Norse Kiss is a specific thing to me.
I forgot there's a copy of The Wizard of Summer Hall by Marco Winderman in
There was
her
there was a
collection.
copy of The Wizard of Summer Hall by Marco TM.
There were a bunch of
signed
books
copy
on
even.
alchemy that were thought to be lost to time. Draft of an alchemical concoction. Oh, that's where the flask and syringe that Noah had came from. Was from her personal
Mm,
collection.
it was her.
Who has the biomateria? Is anyone using that?
Isn't Lilia using it?
Is that
I
what
have
Lilia's
none
using?
materia.
I have the
The radiant
radiant
one, right?
radiant 2 materia.
Am I using the
Yeah.
bio?
I don't know.
Should I use any materia?
I'd have to go back to Roll20 to remember what the biomaterial does.
I think these materia.
Oh
would
yeah, I
react
think I did.
well to me.
I think I have it on my bandolier. Just haven't gotten to use it yet.
What?
I think I have the poison material on my bandolier, but I just haven't been able to use it yet because everything is undead.
True.
No, I'm not sure if this poison affect undead.
I mean,
I assumed it did. Say what?
Depends on the undead.
If the more alive, the more they are, the more it works. The more dead they are, the less it works.
I'm sorry, that's the funniest thing we've ever.
That's awesome.
The more alive they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, and that are like kind of alive, kind of dead. It's kind of a spectrum, really.
Okay, next time I'll try out the poison on the undead.
I think you said we had like 2 bottles of the Goodberry wine, or 1 bottle of the Goodberry wine, and then like a 12-pack of the iced teas.
12 packs.
Like, oh, we got a 12 pack. Take it to the party.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think
Got those
The
playing
most-
card teas.
I think the most advantageous potion to try to figure out how to reverse engineer, no pun intended, would be the potion of advantage.
True.
So
With Selena's notes, it might be a little easier for you to like crack how to do it based off a sample.
okay, I'll
But it's going to take a few days still.
okay. Noah, do you want to help me with this, or do you have wizard things you need to do?
I have nothing going on this morning.
All right, need to be my lab partner.
That sounds different and fun.
Luna puts on a pair of glasses you didn't know she owned.
When did you get those?
I've always had them. I just don't wear them often.
You look like a teacher.
I haven't told us much.
Oh yeah, there's the list of potions: flying, spell recovery, lightning resistance, invisibility, heroism, frost giant strength, and advantage. That
Yes.
frost giant strength one might be good for Lilia. How many of those do we have?
I actually don't think it makes her that much stronger at all.
Damn it. I'm at 20 strength.
Yeah, it makes her like, ooh, like stronger. I think what was the frost giant? 23? 24 at best.
I think it's 23.
Yes, that's eh.
If I'm
It's
right,
like a
I'm gonna be
tavern
like,
brawler. Then that
weird.
extra 1 starts to make even more difference.
Yeah, frost giant is 23.
oh, that's the thing I meant to ask both DMs. With this whole +1 to a max of 20, can we just get rid of that? Plus we get
+1
enough
to-
days.
What do you mean?
You know how like every feat's like it's like plus like every half feat's like +1 dex to a max of 20. I'm just like, can we just get rid of that?
No, because then you can just like get feats and be like, hey, I'm a god now. I have like 26 strength.
That's the idea.
That's what sets the gods
That's
apart
the
from
point.
regular players. Also, no.
Hey, gods, real quick.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but it's like if you do it like that, fighters get like 24 to like their main stat by level like what 8?
Ooh, and wizards can
crazy.
cast wish.
I mean, yeah.
When you
but
see it that way, it still seems fair, doesn't it?
I mean, that's like a different issue. That's just like a D&D issue.
Yeah, but when I say it aloud, suddenly it's just like, well, okay. Well.
No, I mean it's different because like wish is like a macro thing. Meanwhile, like fighters are already very good at just dealing damage,
That's true.
and increasing the numbers just makes them deal more damage. It doesn't fix the underlying issues of them being boring out of combat.
This is very true.
Wait, I
Found the notes on the coffin. Is anyone using the Scarlet Scourge, the whip?
Not true.
Renee
You gave
had
it to.
Oh, did we give that to
Uh,
Renee?
I think you gave it to Gardania, Lydia's mom.
Really?
What
Didn't
did we
you?
give? What was
I
it?
thought we gave it to Renee.
The whip?
The whip
The whip we gave to Renee, I thought.
to Renee.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
a love gift.
It was a love gift.
It was my courtship rose. It was a fucking bone whip. Instead of
You
the
lit-
Stardew Valley bouquet,
Fuck
I
yeah.
presented a bone.
You
bone
tried
whip.
it. You really try to like court a werewolf by giving her a bone.
And didn't
I
it
don't-
work?
I don't know if
Are you
that's
saying-
romantic or racist.
Are you saying I don't have Riz? Did it not work?
Okay, hold on.
What's next?
Is it
Chipotle?
is it racist if she is also wolf person?
Mm-hmm. Then it just makes it kinky.
Just
There
makes
it
you
is.
Proud of your heritage.
Okay, we also have the Blood Pact pendants that we've not yet used.
True.
Because they're more trouble than what they're worth. I'll be real with you. You tell me if
agree
I
on a
go
number
down.
of hit points to be permanently sacrificed and reduce your total maximum by that. That's right. But then, like, if you would go down to 0, the other person comes back with that many. I think. Revive. Oh, 2d10 plus the number of hit points sacrificed.
Yeah, it's something like that.
So I mean, like, you could really, if realistically, you could choose 1 hit point and permanently lose 1 hit point, and then come back with 2d10 plus 1.
Well, this is the thing. This is all
Oh, right,
implicit
but
on
the
idea of
other
someone-
creatures immediately reduced to 0 and knocked
Yes,
unconscious. I
that's
forgot
that's
about
my
that
thing.
part.
It's like, well, what if
They're
I'm
dumb.
at 100 and you're at 0? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Which has happened a lot, actually.
That's true.
Or you could
So-
like hire a commoner to bond with you for shits and giggles, and
Ugh.
then if you die in combat, they just
Commoners.
pass out in their house.
Stop
if
playing
you
your
die in
Monday
combat,
character.
They die in real life.
They pass out in their house, and you come back like, "Hey, what?"
Stop playing your Monday character, okay?
Let's get Mark to sign it.
I think you need to be within a certain range.
I bet I
It
could
won't
get
work
Tobias
anyway.
to sign it.
That's true.
Be like, I'll
You-
be your girlfriend if you sign this contract with me and like
Hey, so,
exchange these
I've got
pendants.
this contract I could really use your help with.
And you stop playing your Sunday character.
That's not even my Sunday character. That's my old Sunday character.
All right, it's
True.
old characters die hard.
I'm seeing a
Right.
pattern here.
But yeah, me and Noah are gonna be lab buddies. Are we getting a potion advantage? It lasts an hour. That's why I think we should reverse engineer that one first.
You gain advantage on 1 ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your
Oh,
choice, what you make. with
Or
your
the
next
potion
hour.
of spell recovery for our boys. You recover expended spell slots with a combined level that is equal to or less than 1d3 plus 3. None of the slots can be 6th level or higher, though. So, I'll let
That's
you.
very helpful.
A mana
Yeah,
potion.
I'll let you guys decide.
Yeah, that is extremely helpful, actually.
Yeah, I think get some more of those for Noah.
Okay, so Neil's gonna help me do some of Luna's Droughts. Those don't take so long. They take like 10 minutes per batch.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna start working on reverse engineering this potion of spell recovery. And I'll let him do most of the heavy work. He will be
Do you have like a little stick that you work with?
A little
With the glasses
stick.
and everything? Yeah.
Yeah, Elena has like a full like lab coat. Like she went from oversized sweater to like oversized lab coat and glasses.
To
And this is
quote
all
a
in her bag of
genius,
holding.
love it. To quote a genius, Noah says, Timeo baculum bilici quod nos protest verberare.
Excelsior.
All right.
We fear the overseer's stick because he can beat us. And I point at your stick.
Mine went onward.
Roll alchemist tools check.
Disadvantage.
Is an intelligence.
Do I help?
Yeah, you're
Well,
helping me.
if you're doing it as well, yeah.
He's helping me. Lab partner.
Right. You make some good progress
Advantage.
on cracking
You roll
the code.
advantage.
It is going to take a while to fully be able to reproduce the potion. But you make some good progress on understanding the underlying principles, etc., and what brewing methods are being used. Still haven't quite figured out all of the materials. Some of them are not listed in Selena's notes. Or the correct way to let them sit, etc., but progress is being made.
Save my wisdom saving throw. Alina's going to be quietly upset that Selena was so damn smart. That's all.
Damn,
It's
girl.
just... Noah might catch it, like out of the underneath her breath. Stupid, smart ass vampire bitch and her goddamn.
No, I get you.
You don't get to talk either. You're very smart as well.
Sure, but I think, well, I hope I'm using it for good now.
Oh, yes, you are. It's just she's sort of like going through measurements. Frustrating seeing how someone this brilliant could have used it for things like that.
I admittedly don't think it seems like I was using it for necessarily good purposes before.
Well, you then and you now are different people.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not sure
I
how
would-
much you've talked with Lilia, but I think she feels that way about you.
And I think we've made up. I still feel bad though, you know?
Forgiving yourself is often much harder than having someone else forgive you, especially when you feel like you haven't earned it yet.
Facts.
Bars.
Just give it time.
You ate that.
That wasn't character, by the way. That was the wolf blade.
Thank you.
Facts, lad.
But Aluna will also add. I said this to Rala not too long ago, and it's because when I was being trained as an orphan, I didn't hear it much, so I'd like to say the same thing to you. And she sort of stops and smiles at Noah. I'm proud of the person you're becoming, Noah. I really am. Regardless of what happened in your past.
I guess there's nothing I can do besides try to make up for what we used to do. I don't feel fully responsible for it, I'll be honest. But just knowing what we did. No good.
Just keep looking forward and do your best.
Aye, Captain.
Sort of lightly boops his nose.
Cambiando el mundo.
Sorry?
Sombra, when she hacks, she boop.
I was just like, I was like, did I bring the Spanish out of him?
Got triggered.
Boop.
It's this like demon inside of me. When I hear the boop, it just like, oh,
Here again.
Sleeper agent phrase.
Sleeper agent awakened.
All right. That is your bonding, your social link activity
Yeah.
for this brief moment of downtime.
what
Two nerds
buff
in the
do I
lab.
get from that?
Oh, it was one of those levels where you don't really get anything.
Ah, true, yeah. You feel you're not like you're getting closer with Luna.
Yeah, you get it. Your Arcana burst with those personas will get more experience. As if I care about that.
Yes, true, dude. Fuck that shit.
And then, to be fair, when you realize the time it takes for you to level up a single persona just by killing mobs, you really start to value your homie Arcana burst.
Oh yeah, eventually it's like, this shit is the best thing in this game.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Actually, you know what?
Yeah,
Actually, I care.
It's the same thing as like status moves on Pokemon. As you begin to mature, you realize their worth.
You come back with the finger pointing emojis to each other, like, you know, I was wrong. I didn't appreciate you enough back when I needed.
Did not appreciate your game.
Yeah. I'm sorry. All right. Anyone else have little downtime stuff? You got a couple of hours to do
Was there
something
any
either at home
actionable
or...
progress on the it did get slotted for the
Yeah,
materia?
with the amount of free time you had, it's already slotted in. It's fine, and slotting the materia itself is just like an action. Well, not literally an action, but it doesn't take a lot of time.
Nice. We get the shining girl, the shining moonlight girl.
Now
Well,
I can smite.
God damn, you pronounced the T in that smite.
Yeah, that's actually true.
I can see. I can smite.
All I'm saying is I get to attack with advantage a lot.
Hey,
Sure. Anyone else? Downtime plans?
well, I guess after she finishes adding a socket to Lilia's stuff, Rala would she would try to sneakily go up to Mr. Mizell and take one of his... I mean, are they feathers? Or would he refer to them as feathers?
I think he would refer to them as feathers, yes, but they do look more like leaves.
Okay, well, she's going to try and be incredibly stealthy and just pluck one off of you.
Are we doing the sleight of hand versus?
How many of us?
I don't know if he can roll.
hold
Okay,
on,
he can roll lower
He
than
can
that.
technically,
but-
yeah.
It's the same modifier.
It just
Dear
didn't
Lord.
happen, but he can.
I noticed this with my passive.
Sorry. She just has it like in her fingers, getting ready to pull it. And hey, hello, Harry. Can I have one?
Sure, but here, and he kind of reaches into the personal pouch of holding and pulls one out. They do fall off naturally. You don't have to pluck one. That kind of hurts.
Oh, I wasn't gonna pluck one. No, I just, I
That's why you
was
had your hand on it, right?
admiring, because, you know, you look so good today.
Uh-huh, sure.
So,
Anyway, I don't mind, but I'm curious what you intend to do with it.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
So you only call
That's-
out the people who's lying when you don't like them? Is that it?
I think it's obvious that she's lying.
Alina looks at
Did it
Noah.
need to be stated?
I
Noah, who
can't
has been
believe-
called out many a time.
I can't believe we're implying that Rala would lie to us.
Alright, Rala's a sweetheart. She'd never lie.
She's just a kid.
Right, Rala?
right.
That's evil, man. That's fucked up. That's some fucked up shit.
Listen, if I'm gonna mother all the way.
No, that's fucked up. That's
You know,
fucked
all
up.
of these truths are really making me itch. Can we stop?
Okay.
What did you just say to me? What the fuck did you say? All
I
of
mean,
these
if you
truths
got
are making
itching,
me...
there's probably a
All
doctor
of these
that can see
untruths are
you.
making me itch.
Well,
Anyway,
I thought you said
don't
you
have
had an
to tell
itch.
me,
I was
but-
gonna have you go get Sister Catherine to look at it for you.
Oh my god.
Don't do that to Sister Catherine. We can find a
You don't
stranger.
have to tell me, but I am still curious what you intend to do with it.
Well, you know, you can, like, you know, she just kind of like swooshes her hand into the air, and Mr. Luna and Lilia can, like, jump really high, and Mr. Nora can do stuff.
Uh-huh. Do you want to try that one again, Rala?
You can not fall.
She's not incorrect.
Also, terribly wrong about what I can't do.
So you can fall?
If I want to, yes.
Well, why would you want to?
Just to prove that I could.
You know what's coming next.
I bet you can't.
Yes, I can.
No. No. At any rate...
There's
No? No?
there
Good.
is no way you don't believe that I can't fall. I'll fall right now.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna step on a chair. Watch closely, Rala. I'm the greatest faller of them all. And I fall off the chair.
I wish I had Featherfall right now.
Fuck off.
I
I'll
do
counterspell
have-
that shit.
You know what?
I do have
No,
feather fall.
make a will saving throw.
That's the intelligence-based one, right?
Intelligence, yeah.
Fuck, dude. Oh, no.
Okay, you feel in the back of your head an intense instinct of self-preservation.
I ignore the fuck out of that.
Yeah, try to get you to cast Featherfall anyway, but you do manage to hold on strong to your convictions and just fall flat on your ass instead.
Hell yeah.
See, Rala? I can do anything if I put my mind to it.
Not paying attention.
I guess, but I don't know why you'd want to fall, though. Like, I get you did it. You know, good job. But,
Not
Like-
the good shop.
like, why? You could have hurt yourself.
I wouldn't. I know how to fall. It's all in the technique.
To get on topic, Rala dear, why did you want one of Maisel's feathers?
Oh, right. So everybody can do all that stuff, but, Lilia had to carry me in... I don't know. So... I don't know, I had the idea that, if Mr. Moselle can just froof, maybe I can do something with a feather?
Well, you're an awful smart girl. I imagine you could whip something up. Do you want any help?
Would there be enough time in this day to craft DM additionally, or...
Craft what?
I would like to replicate magic item winged boots.
Ooh.
Tasty.
I think that's something that you touch an item at the end of a long rest and it becomes magical, right?
Yeah, I think it's like an hour after a long rest you can do it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, considering it normally doesn't take very long, you can do that.
Okay, so I don't know. I've never had help make something before, so well, I don't know. I mean, you can watch.
I think I'd be interested in watching. I've never seen you really get to work like this.
Okay. So
She
go ahead.
puts her glasses on and kind of just sits by to what's it called when like a God damn it, it's what babysitters are for.
Barone?
What?
I don't know. What are you trying to say? Like,
When you're like overlooking someone. There's like a word I was looking for particular, but I can't find it.
Overseer?
Yeah, oversee. It's not exactly the word. It's
Shadow?
it's fine. It's like the same thing. It's the exact same meaning. Don't worry about it.
shadow?
Supervise?
Supervise. Yeah,
Let's go.
The Brazilian got it.
you did.
I just over here was like, oh man, now I'm embarrassed.
It
It's
happens more often than you think.
yeah, it's fucked up how often this happens, guys. Come
I
on.
refuse to get embarrassed that Doug is so good at English. I refuse. I've already
No,
told
I
him he's
just-
really good at English.
It's impressive. It's really impressive.
They could be out here like, I adjudicate. I'm like, why did you say adjudicate? You could have said anything. You said adjudicate.
No, I was just thinking of dumb shit. I was like, the union supervisor. Just, like, just thinking of dumbass stuff. The devil on your shoulder.
Devil on your shoulder in your life.
We call it devil on your shoulder in our Monday game, ID.
You know what? Yeah.
Irie on your
and-
shoulder.
But getting back on track, guys. What is
Yes.
Rala's crafting process like?
So, for this, she's going to take the feather and she's just gonna flop down on the floor, take off her boots from her feet right now, and she's going to stick the feather inside the shoe. Then she's going to prick her finger and let a little drop of blood fall in the shoe as well. And then she's going to stand up, slide her goggles down, and you might want to step back a little. And she's going to take Gigi and smash the ever-loving bejesus out of the shoe.
Nope. That's interesting.
Oh, it works every time. And
It makes a very cartoony, like clang, 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 clang sound, like when you're crafting something in a video game, regardless of the material.
It's the Orn sound.
Yeah.
and
It was not a word. What the fuck, bro?
bingo bango. Boots
What did you just
that
say?
have, you know, little wings on the heels. Ta-da!
Do, do, I don't even know what to make an Arcana check out. How do I understand this?
This was basically just a magic show for Lilio of like, I'm just like,
Well,
yay!
That's the thing, though. It was literally a message. It was a magic show for all of us because I don't think anyone really understood what the fuck just happened.
you take the thing that you want it, or okay, so you take the thing that you want to change, right? Then you take the thing that you want to change it with, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you give it a little, you know, little bit of love, your heart and soul, and you give it magic, and boom,
Boom, huh?
boom.
I'm
I
just
turned
gonna
to
straight up
Luda.
ask.
I don't really get it.
I'm just gonna straight up ask God. Is there any sort of Arcana I can understand from this?
That makes no fucking sense at all to you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's not even like I can't even Arcana anything. No, that didn't make sense. What just happened there?
I feel like
Nonsense.
The
it's just like
thing,
the frog blink of just like, huh?
and then you add the other thing, little heart and soul, magic, boom.
I mean, yeah, that sounds right to me.
What did you mean?
I mean, that sounds like how magic works.
Not how my magic works by any means.
Is that what you guys think that we do? That might be what my Zell does. No
Yeah, I mean,
offense.
like, kind of made sense.
You irk me.
What doesn't make sense about thing, other thing, heart and soul, magic, boom.
Well, it's just you. I've never. You're a very special girl, Rala.
I mean, I just made boots.
Now you made what I assume is magical flying boots.
Well, those are broken.
What was it?
Sorry, I'm trying to like add them to the sheet. And that's broken.
She-
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know if they work. I haven't wore them yet.
Well,
But
supposedly you just made magical flying boots, right?
I hope so.
And you don't understand how special that is.
I mean, not really. I've seen people make stuff all the time. I've made a bunch of stuff. Points at the ring on Noah's finger and the socket on Lilia's bracers.
But Rella, you understand that most people can't just make magical items. It takes them a lot of time and effort. Have you ever met anyone your age make a magical item before?
No. But a lot of people back home could make them.
Back who?
Back home.
Back
Well,
home.
I mean, like, home, quote unquote. Yeah, back at the heap. People made all sorts of stuff.
Back at the heap, people could just make where you came from. People just made magical items willy nilly.
I mean, not everybody. Some people were bakers. And there was a carpenter, I think.
Well, even still, managing like something like this at a young age is very impressive, Rala. Did you try them on? I'd like to see you try to fly around. Though I imagine it might take you a minute to get adjusted to them.
Alright, so she's gonna put them on her feet,
Chaperoning.
run outside.
That was the word I was looking
Good.
for. Supervise
That word.
is what a chaperone does. There we go.
I said
Took me
that
about
word
10
and
minutes.
Was ignored.
I heard it. You weren't ignoring.
I chose not to hear it.
I
didn't hear it.
will follow Rala outside.
Okay, so she's gonna go outside and test flight. And assuming there's no divine intervention, they work.
No. It works fine. It's
Okay.
cool.
So she would not go very far off the ground, maybe like a foot. And
Slight bluish glow to it.
promptly land back on the ground. Sort of clap her hands together. Proud of a job well done.
Luna claps for her. Well done. I'll have to get you used to that. You seem a little bit unsteady in there.
Well, hey, it was my first time flying, so I don't know. I guess
I'm not
Lily
judging
was
you.
kind of like she was moving real fast, so it was kind of like flying.
I'm not judging you. Takes anyone a little bit to get used to flying. You should have seen my first time. Flew into a tree. Teacher had to fish me out with a fishing hook.
Laughs.
Laughs?
Laughs. She giggles at that.
Lightly boops your nose. Ha ha. Luckily for you, I don't think we'll be running into any trees out here. Good job, Rada. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Just next time, don't go plucking feathers from Izel. Just ask.
Hey. A very guilty smile. Tee.
And if he says no, just give him the puppy eyes. He's a real softy, he'll fold. And I'm gonna go RP it all out because I actually can't think of it on the spot right now. But Luna will sort of just she'll just sort of give like all the little tips for how to sort of slightly manipulate people in the group to Rala.
Manual of manipulation.
Yeah, for like Lilia, it's like, well, Lilia's probably just gonna help you, so just be up front. For Noah, it's gonna be something along the lines of like, tell him he can't do it. He's gonna want to be able to.
That's how you get him.
And for Myzel, it's just like, just be cute. He'll fold him. He'll fold eventually.
He readily gave her the feather.
Oh yeah, I'm saying like no. If it was like something else, like dessert or something
In
like
the
that.
future.
Yeah. If it was like, it's like, oh, and it was like, all right, no dessert. And then like Raleigh would go up to him and be like, I would really like dessert.
Please, sir.
Can I?
I don't know how many years it's been since I've had cake, my lord.
I have another.
What
I've
the
been dreaming
fuck?
for years of this saccharine treat.
Oh, I
Have
don't
you ever
like
seen that Tom Holland interview when
don't
he was
like
a kid?
New character idea just to piss off Nico.
Have you guys ever seen that Tom Holland interview when he was a kid?
No.
No.
Oh my god, he sounds so British and magical. He's like, hold on, I'll find it. It's like, I haven't the faintest idea. I
Boys,
haven't
girls,
cut the
I
word.
must go to bed soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, the test fight for the wing boots goes swimmingly.
Whoa.
Hmm?
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
So now I have a flying gremlin.
Yippee! Right, so, does anyone else have any pending break things before
Imagine
you...
I just made up something right now just so Nyx can't go to bed.
I mean,
I'll
if
leave
you
anyway.
make something up right now, we're just gonna drop it here and pick it up next session.
I'll
'Cause
leave
Can we
anyway,
just
fuck you.
can we just do that so that I have the weekend between to think about like if there's anything I can do to prepare?
Sure, yeah, we can just
Do
end it
out.
here. So we're gonna pick it back up next week as you guys are. Well, it would be sort of like middle of the afternoon, you know.
It's 3
Getting
p.m.
Getting close. Yes, it is 3 p.m. Getting closer to the sunset as you guys begin packing up your things to finally head to the graveyard for a final confrontation against the nemesis that you have met once.
Or nemesis.
Yeah, and yet it does feel like there is just because it's taken so much time to reach her to begin with. Just feels like there's so much drama built up in my head.
You know, I think all it took for Myzel was, wow, you really don't know anything. And he was just like, I'm going to kill this bitch for saying I don't know things.
Kill her to 1 HP. Torture the information out of her. Kill her, heal her, get some more information, and then kill her again.
Okay,
This
well,
dude's going through it. Holy shit.
Yep,
Fully
sure is.
losing his McFucking mind.
I don't know if
He's
I agree with
crashing out
that
then.
over there. I don't know what's happening, but
She's just being like sexy and evil in the graveyard, bro. Like leave her alone.
Real shit.
Is that
she was just
illegal?
she was just being honest, to be fair. I
Like,
don't
not
think she
every
was even
girl
being
have hobbies.
I don't think she was even being
Yeah.
facetious. I think she was just like, oh, you really don't know what's going on. Lol. This man's just like,
And it pissed him off because it was true.
the truth hurts.
Mm-hmm. As the great Lizzo told us, truth hurts.
Hold on, I
Also,
just want
late
to.
great Lizzo, and I was like, no, I'm pretty sure Lizzo is still very alive.
She has like the late kid.
I almost do.
Wasn't aware she died, but good riddance.
Did I put this?
I
Well,
please
she died, but
Apollo,
good for
please
her.
not in this moment. Please do not have proved me wrong. Please Apollo, do not make me prophetic for the lulz.
Prophetic for the lulz.
Legitimate anxiety things I have. It's fine. It's fine.
The gift of comedic prophecy.
God.
God, someone described a feeling of anxiety that I thought I have never gone through it, but I know people that have, and it was like he's going
If I
to.
ever pass by a wreck, I have to make sure I check every car very thoroughly to make sure I don't know anyone in it.
Oh, that
That's
was
probably
not.
fine.
I was gonna say like I don't know if you relate to this one,
Constant.
but like
Oh,
he was
probably.
going to like a magic shop for like Magic the Gathering, like for cards,
Uh-huh.
and the card he needed was like it was like $1, like 50 cents, like nothing.
Yeah.
And he didn't have cash on him at the time, and he only had like credit, but like the thing didn't take credit like that. So he was just like, "Hey, I could do." And the guy, "Hey man, you can just give me $1 later, or like give me a Coke Zero," is what he said. So then, bro spent like a good half hour like going around either his car or other places trying to just get that $1 or Coke Zero, but no one was selling Coke Zero, and he knew he could have just like it was like the understanding of like I could just take this card and just give this guy $1 later. I'll be here again. But it was just like the principle of just like, no, he showed
that can't
goodwill
hang
to
over
me.
That can't
Yeah.
hang over me like that. I can't. No.
He showed me goodwill and is trusting me, but also like I also want to prove to myself like I have the $1. I can give you
I
$1.
can do this, right? Yeah. That's very relatable.
And the dude said like one of the worst things too when he came back on accident because like he managed to find the $1 but not be able to get a Coke Zero. So the dude jokingly when he gave him the $1, he's just like, I said I just wanted a Coke Zero, like as a joke.
But
And
it
that
hurt.
like
Oh no.
and that sat with him for the rest of the day of just like I've disappointed
failed
him. Even though that he did not care, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I would have failed that person forever and would probably never go back.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
That's mostly a joke.
Fellas, I am going to bed.
Same.
Yeah.
Good
Have a
session,
wonderful
y'all.
time.
Thank you for coming. As the scrolls
go.
foretold, a yep session. Although a little bit of a unexpected move by Myzel there. It had me on my ropes.
I have
That's
been
true.
plotting that for like a month.
Yeah, and it didn't think to tell me. But it's fine.
See,
It's fine. I was on top of it.
This is the thing about surprising DMs. I gave Nico like a really cool thing right before a session. He's like, I don't think I can properly address this right now. And I was like, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like, it
Sometimes we
was-
need a moment.
Yeah, like it was too good. I was like, anything I make up right now is gonna be bullshit. It's not fair. Anyway, I have to go.
Thank
I'm s-
y'all.
It's
Good
so
night.
late. Papa.
Can't wait to dress you guys up.